Oh, oh, oh. We're on the air. Luis, we're on the air. Enough with the
Oh,
warm up. Enough with the warm up. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, shit.
whoa.
Greetings. Greetings, people. Um, disregard what you just saw.
It is good to be back on the internet where all good things eventually come to die, including from the very start, this live stream.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a long time. 3 years have passed. Do you realize? Those 3 years were crazy, weren't they? Weren't there? A celebrity became president, countries rose and fell, fake news became a thing, feminists got taken seriously. There was so much ugliness, such suffering in the world was generated. But fear not, people. We are here, and we will reconcile, and we will make people fear the truth once more. So I reiterate for the third season, ladies and gentlemen, straights and gays, fix your gaze. Welcome to the anime law, where respect is a suggestion.
Oh, whoops. Those. Sorry about that. Okay.
Are
Oh,
these the
whoa.
fancy glasses?
Sorry about that. Oh, nope. Shit. Okay, we'll get there. We'll find it. Close, but no cigar. There you are. Yeah. 3 years.
3 years. It does not feel that long since I made that last episode, that Christmas episode, to be honest. But somehow it does feel that long and even longer. It's the weirdest thing being on the air on the stream after so much time.
Well, if anything, time away from the stream gives you the opportunity to improve, right? Self-reflection, away from the problem. And the problem, as always, has been the anime community. But this stream has never really been about anime, has it? That being said, we have improved, as you can see by our dildos that we're speaking into.
Later, Louise, later.
I can't do that on the air for sure. I mean, YouTube is really cracking down with these regulations.
Yes,
no, seriously, what? It's been 3 years. What happened with YouTube? It's become virtually unwatchable, yet everyone is still on here. It's a disease, it's a drug people can't stop taking. And I'm victim of this. I assume Trillion is victim of this. I don't know, we haven't seen each other in 3 years either. I just sent him a message via, the bottle or the note in the bottle, and I sent it downstream into the river that took to the ocean, that eventually took to Italy or wherever the fuck you're from, and eventually got it. And then that was about 1.5 years. And then it took about another 1.5 years to hear his response, because his kept blowing up because, he's the Italian terrorist and everything. So he accidentally packed his bottle with bombs. And I eventually get mine back, and he says, yes, let's do the stream. I'm like, all right. But in the meantime, I had completely distanced myself from the anime community, from the internet in general to a degree. And now here I am back, and I am very, very proud to say that you all are still fucking imbeciles.
What did you expect? Dude, you thought it'll get better. I've been following to an extent. And you know what I saw? I saw what I warned about years ago. I saw people wearing VR gear, grabbing what I assume to be a body of a teenage girl that's made out of like plastic, like a balloon, which is sitting curiously towards his crotch with his pants undone and with that weirdest smile on his face. And I know what he's saying, and it scares me. This is what it's turned to, people. The internet scares me now, and it's not the SJWs, and it's not YouTube like attacking everybody who says anything about anything. It's not. It's not that. It's those guys. The people who will make our.
Can I finally ask the government to do something about this? Can do something. We're on the verge of losing our species, which in some regard is not such a bad deal. I mean, it's not such a bad thing. But you know, you got the feminist on one side, you got the MGTOW response on the other, and then somewhere in the middle, I've concluded that the sex toys, and I mean the high-end virtual reality sex toys, are going to come into play because I think both genders are eventually going to end up going to war with one another, a subtle Cold War type war, but a war nonetheless. And before you know it, no one's going to want to have actual sex anymore. And then you're going to get those people on both sides, you know, there were bad people on both sides saying that, like, we don't need men because we have artificial sperm. Likewise, we don't need women because we literally have anime girls. My waifu is real. We're getting to that reality, people. I don't know what to say. It's like I wasn't discussing this problem or noticing it as much 3 years ago. But
I warned you.
No, I'm scared, man. It's kind of terrifying because, like, how soon, how long before it becomes socially acceptable to be showing up to festivals or any social gathering with a body pillow, but not just a body pillow with a very visible hole that everyone knows what it's used for. And it's not even like, of all the things YouTube is trying to censor, you can find those videos online. You can find those videos. Like, you can find the Japanese talking about, you know, they put some smug engineer, like, we have finally discovered how women can have sex with you in robot form. And you're just sitting there like, not sure if I ever really wanted to know what this was about.
No, dude.
It's not even age restricted anymore.
Dude, the Japanese be like, we have perfected to boobu physics in video game, but now we have perfected real life, right? Life waifu for sale tomorrow. And just you can see the body pillow community crumble. Before the traction hits, like, you see it in Japan, like ants just chasing that company. That company went bankrupt because it can't sell anything anymore because they just invaded their headquarters. That's the type of need Japan is in. Dude, I've seen a video. People are dying from overwork there. You know, the great Japan that everybody wants to live in is a workaholic nightmare, right? And you see those people from the anime community, whatever remains, opening up this volume of the guy who went hospitalized 15 times. What do? They read it and critique it. Right? And it's just sad. I don't know, like, it's a sad existence what the anime community turned to. We tried to steer it towards the right direction by making it light, right? By making light of it, but no, at this point, I don't think it can be saved at this point.
You know what the problem is? The Japanese just got too good at everything. They are too good at making video games. They're too good at making cars. They have a rising economy. What's left for them is the mentality that they shouldn't have had. Like they shouldn't. There comes a point in someone's life, and I'm just like, if you imagine a country as a person to represent that country, like an American would be some fat, smug, guy with a bacon cheeseburger in one hand and an AR-15 in the other, blonde hair, blue eyes, hasn't seen his dick in years. That's the American persona. What's the Japanese persona? I honestly believe it's an anime character. Like when some people think of Japan, they think of either cars, PlayStation, is necessarily the most to be proud of considering the direction it's going. I mean, and they just got too good at everything, man. They're just like, we're on top of the world. We're slowly making our comeback again, right? Trump wants to get rid of troops here, give us an opportunity like Germany Part 2 to come back for our revenge, with no one surveying. That's how it happened, bro. Like no one was around to console Hitler when he came. Who's to say there won't be a Japanese equivalent? And he comes back because he remembers the history. And so I somewhat have sympathy for the body pillows, because there are a lot of people these days that don't know where they're going in life. They don't know what they're doing. Incels are an actual talking point these days. Guys who can't get laid and are murdering innocent civilians for it. That's a movement now. And if body pillows can just save just one of those virgins, then I'll be thankful. But at what cost? At what cost?
Daddy?
It's not fair, man.
It is fair, though.
No, please
What
tell
is fair
me,
is
enlighten me. I've always wanted to know the meaning of fairness in life from the great Italian terrorist himself.
Are you okay, Luis?
I think you've
You just
triggered
take
me
some-
somehow within the first 30 minutes of the stream. That must be a new record. It happens to the best of us, folks.
No. To me, whenever I get sad, because some people in the comments are saying, "Oh, the stream is so melancholic," let me tell you, whenever I get sad, all I do is I open just SJW poem compilations and just laugh my ass off. Dude, have you seen what's been happening with the feminism community? They had respect once. Dude, back then, the people would take them seriously, right? Oh, gender roles, the matrix of domination, right? And now you go to them and they talk, and all you can hear is just stupidity. Just, right? They're worse than, what's his name? That guy who showed up on the stream? That fat black kid. What was his name?
Are you talking about Danny?
Yes, Danny something.
Oh, Danny,
right?
the great
He
Danny.
just shows up, right, and just plurs out words and hopes people agree with them, right? That's basically the feminism community at this point. You either agree with them and apologize, and then kiss their feet, and then lick it, and it's just sequential like that, or they just keep yelling. And help but remember the Russian guy who punched that bitch in the face on live TV, and see that as the natural response, right?
Dude, the feminist
coming from an
movement-
Arab, it's
Well, the feminist movement is just a congregation of the ugliest people imaginable. Like you remember that person? You remember the maid that Arnold Schwarzenegger slept with, and as a result lost like half of his earnings because of? It's full of a bunch of equivalents of her spitting up into the air, but not getting out of the way. Hence the sex bots in the works. Hence the MGTOW movement. Hence the women that are have to essentially go against their gender to stop feminism. No, we're living in strange times, man. And then there's Space Force. Then there's the Space Force. And I'd be
And
lying to you if I told you that I wasn't actually excited to see how that's going to play out.
you know what bothers me?
Hold on, Trillian. Do you know about the Space Force?
I do not know what that is, so I'll pretend. I know to pretend that I know.
Fair enough. Move on.
Um, what bugs me about this world, what really hurts my heart, is that it's 2018 and people still think mangakas are writers.
Ain't that the
What's wrong
truth?
with you people? How many shit volumes do you have to read, right? Before you realize the wisdom. How many volumes and anime and wasted money and time have to be there? How much are you gonna realize that you've been duped? That everything was a lie? Why do I have to reveal it? Why do you put this burden on me? I'm but a friendly neighborhood terrorist. Why does it fall on me? Why, oh why?
On the real though, has anyone actually read a manga or watched an anime in 3 years? Like that's something I picked up on. I stopped watching anime when Naruto ended, which is like coincidentally when the anime law ended. At least the past season. Like, are people still watching anime? Are people still reading
Um,
manga and doing reviews? You think that trend would have abandoned ship by now? Are people
dude,
still
I
in
tell
this
you,
community doing that?
no, dude, you don't understand. Look at the level it's reached. I didn't watch any myself, but people have showed me, and it's dreadful, right? So this guy knows that I trash anime for a hobby, right? So he's like, "Oh, check this anime out. I want you to trash it, right?" And I'm like, "Okay, that's weird." And he gave me a clip, and I don't know the show. He sent me a link. I need to show the link to provide context.
Oh,
Just the name at least,
we're trying
so
to do a
people
live
so the
reaction.
for the weeps. No need for a reaction. Actually, you want to react to this?
Is it that bad?
It was dreadful. It reached that low, as I like to call it, that low. Where is it? Come on.
I don't know, man. It's
Yes, this one. Let me send it to you via Facebook.
oh joy. I have to go remember my Facebook password now.
Something regarding Black Lagoon, I assume. You made it that long ago.
You're right. Let's try Revi is best girl. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, Black Lagoon is still the best ongoing shonen, the best ended shonen. It's still the best anime and manga and light novel and work of literary fiction of all time. And if you don't believe so, you've been mistaken and duped by the reviewers that you've subscribed to. Yo, what the fuck is this?
No, show the stream. You can't just be selfish like that.
No, okay, hold on. Um, how do you screen share again? Oh, here we go.
Yeah, we're not rusty, by the way.
Ah, look at that. Look at that, just
Look at
void
your ugly Apple
of.
product. You fucking weeb.
No, have you
You're a
ever?
weeb too with your Apple product.
No, have you ever
How
like
dare you?
looked
How
into a
dare you
row of?
use an Apple product? You fucking.
Have you ever looked?
I'm,
Stop acting like you're
what?
some technological elitist.
I'm not. But you
You
use
dumb
Apple.
hair.
You're
What,
stupid.
dude? The only reason you got a black blue yet. This is tripping me out. Hold on, let me find the clip. Hold on. Have you ever like looked into a row of mirrors, and then it just goes
Yes, I
on?
have.
Dude, when I was a
Yes,
kid,
I have.
I couldn't look at that for more than 10 seconds. It flat out freaked me out. Something out of a horror movie. There's like fun houses at festivals and carnivals with just mirrors and mirrors that you can look into and lose yourself in. It's trippy.
Indeed, yes.
All
I've been in them. They've been
right,
trippy.
so we got this show that has way too many exclamation. Is this the actual title to the show? Like, are there really 1, 2, 3, 4? I'm just gonna go with like 10 exclamation points.
Don't worry about it. Just click play, man. Don't worry about it. It does not matter after you watch.
Oh, it's a sports anime. All right, these are always
Oh yeah, it is.
realistic.
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. Very.
Okay. What? Wow. Hmm.
So did you like get immersed into the pictures and lost yourself within the like? What happened? Did you mute the mic and take your pants off? Louis, come back.
What do you want me to say? What do you think I'm thinking right now?
Dude, it's a wrestling anime or something to that effect. That's how it was described to me. Okay, where they use butt special attacks and boob special attacks.
Excuse me? That's what I didn't know what was going on. Like, it's just people running into each other. They're backing up the trunk. And the very first clip is this girl who like body slams this other girl on the chest with her ass.
Yep.
I don't get it.
Yeah,
This is a show? That's a real thing? Oh yeah, he lags at the best possible places, doesn't he? I need answers. But then again, do I really want them?
What did I like? God damn it!
What did you just show me?
Like, I showed you what it has turned to. This is the audience now. You asked who watches, and you look at the streams, right? Like, you look at the comments here. What one bitch comment? That shows the reason people stopped watching anime. It peaked there, right? It reached its height. Yeah, that, like, of course. That's how it goes. That's how it'll always be. The weebs, man, the weebs.
Look, I'm not saying I'm into hentai or anything, but I could easily see why this show caught on. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, dude, it's a self parody actually. Like jokes aside, that show is a parody and it knows what it is. And I always respect a show that knows what it is. Never watched it, but it looks like it.
But
It's
it's
a goof off.
but it's I've been away for too long, man. I don't know anymore. I don't know. Like the other day the other day I was walking through a store and I just saw like skinny jeans are back now, I think. Like I don't really know the trend that clothes take. I don't follow them that closely. But I was under the impression that skinny jeans were dying, and then they just had like I was walking through the mall and I walked in what's that place where they sell a bunch of anime shirts and shit. And the funniest part, it's like it's across the street, it's across the lane in my mall anyway, from Victoria's Secret. Oh my god, what's this place called? Some people in the comment section must know that. It's a place in the mall where they sell anime shirts and stuff. And Hot Topic. There we go. It's Hot Topic.
So
And
weeb store.
I don't know if it's a weeb store. It's definitely like a borderline, like I can't find any friends, so let me find a style that depicts that to the world. I don't know. And so I'm walking by this place and like they have this kind of like a glass shelf on display with just skinny jeans. And I've actually never seen something like this before because you can find jeans, you can find pants, but you can't find them like so they're just plastered on the wall. And I was just, where's the point I'm going with this? Oh, and I was just thinking to myself, I thought these were squeezing men's testicles too hard. I thought that's why we dropped them in the first place. Are they coming back all of a sudden? Is this going to become the whiplash trend of 2018?
Wait, so from what I'm understanding, skinny jeans are those extremely tight on the nuts jeans?
It's what people at Trader Joe's wear.
Dude, I don't want to get my tinfoil on, but that's what the feminists are trying to use to decrease our masculinity. Right? We need to stop it.
Oh, you cracked the code, my friend, for sure.
Yes, they control fashion. We need to get it back. We need to get it back.
There are a lot of crazy feminists in fashion, and you know the reason is that like there's too many women that are just trying to be men now. And the thing is, it was never really a problem before. Like I don't care how you dress. If you want to dress like a man and you're not a man or anything, but that's fine. It's your body. But I just don't like a movement about it. I don't like people being told that they should accept it, right? It's like if you're a lesbian and you want to wear a flannel shirt, then do so, but don't wear it with the intention that I'm trying to make this statement to people. Maybe show people that you're a lesbian and that you're not interested in a certain group of the sexual marketplace, but don't wear it with the intention I'm making a political statement because I deserve to wear this. It's not that serious. It's clothes.
Dude, nothing is worse than some social activist or SJW or whatnot that thinks it actually matters to the world. Nothing is sadder than that, right? You see them, they wear the thing, or they take their clothes off, or they wear different things, or they yell at you, and they believe that they're good, right? What's the threshold? What's the difference? One yells more, surely. The other smells worse, but like, what's the difference?
I don't. I don't know the difference. I don't think I told you, man. I've tried to distance myself from this, and the internet is just a cesspool of it. The internet is a cesspool of tolerance, and especially in the United States, we have a culture that appreciates and adopts tolerance from all sorts and shapes and sizes. And on the surface, it doesn't sound like a bad thing because we want to be the country that hears everybody out until you realize that there are some people that don't deserve to be heard. A perfect example of this is the concept of toxic masculinity. That's not a thing. And if it were, then my first, I guess, like thought that comes to mind, because I can't really explain what it is. I don't think most people can explain what it is. But when you mention that to me, the first thing that comes to mind is a bodybuilder who's so huge that he doesn't even look human anymore. You know, when you work out so much that your muscles are on the verge of exploding and people don't even want to look at you because they're afraid that if they make eye contact with you at the wrong time, that you could literally just smush them. But at the same time, you're so unhealthy because you're so muscular that like you can't pick something up, despite the fact that that's what you convinced all your friends that you were working out for. You could pick up chicks, you could pick up large boxes, you could pick up everything, right, with your muscles, but then you can't touch your two fingers behind your back.
Dude,
I don't know, man. That's toxic masculinity. What is this other definition? That's what I'm saying, though. I don't get it. I don't get what's happening right now. Maybe I never have. Maybe I never cared enough.
Like, whenever it comes to these ladies, like, I want one question answered without being punched in the face or called out. One question. Just one question. If indeed you guys want to attain power and reclaim your lives, right? And throw the power of the patriarchy, why is rape porn so fucking popular with females? Why? Tell me that. Answer me that, please. Why is
Yo,
like
what's up? It's your boy
that
Danny here
a
in Messi.
fantasy?
Can you hear me?
Oh, hi.
Wait, what the hell?
What? Did your balls drop when we were gone? Has it been that long?
Yo, how did you get in
It's
here?
been that long. You know how I got in here. You baited me.
Dude, did you straight up hack your way into the stream? I'm not even joking. I did not drop this link to anyone.
You dropped the link, bro. You know you dropped the link.
I dropped
You
the link
screen
to
shared the link.
I'm not even gonna ask questions anymore, man. I'm lost. I don't know. You've been listening to this stream. I don't know what's going on. Can you enlighten us?
I actually went away for the link. I mean, I went away from the stream for a little bit, but I just returned right now.
It seemed you did drop the link somewhere.
I don't know where. I swear to God, I don't know what I did.
The spooky shit. Is it okay if I say a couple things real quick or no?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Since you're here, why not?
All right. So first off, shout out to Nexus. If I had any social media, I would contact you so you could have the chance to come in here as well. But as I stated, the link is in the stream, so if you can go back and type that, that would be great. Shout out to Toby the Nomad. I haven't spoke to you in a long time, but since you're viewing right now, it's nice to see you again. Shout out to Louis for not immediately kicking me once I entered the stream, and Trillian for allowing me to speak. And where's King Ace at?
Dude, he's raising a kid, I heard.
That's interesting. I thought he was going to be in here.
Dude, I can't get over that. Like I'm not that old, okay, to the point where people I used to interact with now have kids, right? It blows my head. I'm still too young for this shit.
It's not fair because he never asked me to be the godfather, and I thought we were closer than that.
Damn. I
Because
saw
you
that
never sold him.
He got a Naruto tattoo. I was surprised, to say the least.
I'm not surprised.
Oh,
Did he get one
no.
before Double Four?
Definitely. Double Four's been too busy getting his anal cavity penetrated.
Wow, it seems like you have a lot of
So,
insider information. Are you like the
yeah,
Woj
catch
of the
us.
anime community?
Yeah, catch us up. We used to have the Dick Rider for that. Now he's no longer there, so we need a new guy. Can you catch us up? What happened when we were gone?
Basically, I haven't been into the community like that. I just have a former associate who interacts with Double Four on a personal level. So I want to say shout out. He was in the former anime law for a little bit. He goes by the name the legendary Mikey, and he also did a collab video with Richard recently. So although I don't speak to him no more on a personal basis, I still want to say shout out to him because without him, I wouldn't be in the community. So shout out to Mikey. He's now a security guard doing big things.
Hey man, it's an important
All
job.
right. All right. Stop with the shout outs and give us insight. Shout out to my dog. Shout out to my cat. What else are you gonna shout out? Your shoes? Come on.
Shout out to my
Catch
Air
us up.
Force
Come on.
Ones. Shout out to my retros. Nah, but basically, for the only timeline I know really is Richard's. He went out to like Germany or Russia or something to do schooling for college, and basically in the process he was modeling and doing all this other shit, getting dick and all that, which is okay if you prefer that.
Did you say getting
So,
dick?
yeah, getting dick.
Oh, so he. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know he rolled that way.
Yeah, you remember back, or you probably don't, when like a couple years ago, probably 2 years ago, 1 year after the anime law or whatever, or maybe 2017, where he called out Filthy Frank. He had that little arc going on. Then after that, he accused James Hansen of leaking his sexuality because he was close to Timothy, aka for Neverworld, and he wanted to expose him.
You never heard his diss track?
Yo, there's
He made-
diss tracks on this shit.
Yeah, he made a diss track on For Neverworld about leaking his sexuality.
Maybe I don't. Maybe I do remember it. I've just blocked it out, or I actually. I don't know. It's been so long.
You need to write. Hold on. I'm confused. You need to write a diss track about For Neverworld. He's a walking diss track. What are you talking about?
It was a garbage 44-second long diss track. The only bar I remember is who the fuck would try to fuck you? Your girl was paid 10 sacks or something like that just to fuck you. You would fuck anything,
Oh, so-
Mr. Timmy. You would have been on Glee, but you're too damn ugly. Like the bars are fucking horrendous. But speaking of diss tracks and raps, I got 2 songs on my channel, so you can check that out. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, for sure, bro. Now that I
Okay,
know that
Shane.
you still exist, everyone's
you have
making
to-
songs now, bro. Is that the
Yeah,
thing
what's
to do?
going on,
Should I
man?
catch up on that?
No,
It's
what's the
I believe it's
criteria?
a quick way to grow, honestly, but I haven't really like shouted my music out or anything. I just did it for fun, not necessarily to get a group of followers or anything.
Well, hold on. Come to think of it, I do remember somebody sent me. There was like a music video that Double Four made with that guy who makes like the Toonami raps. Some guy. He made like a Dragon Ball rap.
I don't remember that. Oh yeah, I mean, that was recent. Quick fact: I ghost wrote some of them bars on there, but I'm
Ooh.
not gonna go anymore on that.
Ooh. Double Four's first song, and he couldn't.
You know,
He couldn't write most of the shit.
Like,
I know y'all niggas ain't forget me, bro.
I don't know where these people are coming. I swear, you sweet baby Buddha, I do not know how the hell this happened.
Listen, bro, you don't need to know. Just know that I'm here.
This is scary, man. I mean, are the Russians meddling in my stream too?
Wait,
Hey,
who is
Lou,
that?
you sent the link, dude. What you talking about?
I sent. Oh, don't tell me. Hold up. Did I post the link to this instead of like the
Yes, you
actual
did.
video?
You did. It's over.
It's over. The trolls are coming in.
It's over.
Oh, shit.
Listen, bro. I mean, you know.
I'm getting flashbacks of that stream.
Yeah, bro. It's a flash. It's a flashback.
The dark one shall return.
Louis, you're white as hell. Why are you saying nigga?
Dude, I didn't say the word. Dude, I took an L just right now. Okay, let me recover before I address you.
Nah, you good. What you
So,
been up to,
Nexus, it's been 3 years. Why do you look the same, just with different hair?
I'm a saying. I mean, I retain my age.
Oh, you cringe piece of shit. Please don't. Please.
Nah, bro. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to college next Friday, so
Hey, as you should.
Oh, you're going to college. What are you majoring in?
Are you bringing all those
Political
One Piece
science.
posters with you?
I don't know, man. I mean, I might bring like 1 or 2. I'm bringing
Yeah, I
this
don't know,
one
man.
right here.
You're pretty
That one.
jacked. You're gonna get mad pussy. I mean, there's gonna be bitches. They're definitely gonna be making love to you looking at that. They're gonna love looking at Zoro's face.
I mean, shoot, bro. Listen, if you knew the school I was going to, I mean, it's possible.
I think that you should take that one
So,
trash off of your wall and use it as a condom instead. You know.
To be honest, dude, like I haven't read One Piece in like 2 years. Like ever since Dressrosa's been done, like I haven't even picked it up.
Yeah, no one has.
Damn. I mean, King of Lightning still does, but
Who watches King of Lightning? If you watch King of Lightning, you're clearly ignorant because all he does is everyone just summarizes the story for you. Why can't you read it yourself and
Dude.
form your own opinion?
that dude
That
streams
guy
on
didn't-
Twitch now. I mean, it's crazy.
Dude, that guy didn't die from diabetes and excessive yelling yet.
Yo!
Dude, he opens up a chapter. He's just like, oh, One Piece chapter 1027. Yo, it's still ongoing.
I know.
Like,
I can't
I
believe
No,
it.
but did you
Where?
hear? Hey, yo, Louis, did you hear? Apparently, One Piece is ending in a year.
Is that fact?
Bullshit.
No
It's like-
way.
That's
No,
bullshit.
dude, look, like they're like in the interview, Oda said he was like 70% done.
He's 70% done with his life. That's why he needs to end it as soon as
They
possible.
said it was 75% done. Now they said it's 80% done.
All right,
Oh,
so,
it's eight-
let's
it's eight.
do math real
So
quick since
that-
you're going to college. If it's 70% done now and it's 80% done now, how many years has it already been? So how is it going to be 1 year to get 20%?
I don't know, man. I mean, that man has heart problems, so you never know. They Shonen Jump might just tell him like, listen, like you need to start pumping out chapters like crazy.
So
No,
he's
what I
doing
think will
2
happen
chapters
is-
a week now? What's going on?
No, all they'll do is they'll give his assistants the creative rights after he's dead, and therefore they'll continue his work for him for the next 50 years, right?
Probably.
That's what I'm calling that out. That's my prediction.
So
There's no
most of
way
us
One
will
Piece is
be-
ending
will be
anytime
really
soon.
old or dead by the time it finishes.
Hey, all I know is he's going to finish his series before Togashi, so
Togashi
Togashi's never gonna finish the series.
That man, like, he went to go play video games. Like, he deserted his fan base.
No. He's clever. He does not give a shit. I respect that.
Yeah.
what?
Whenever
He really
he's low on
doesn't
money,
have to care.
Is he the
yeah,
only
whenever
true
he's low
manga?
on money, he goes. He knows he can make the money, so he throws a few chapters out there, sloppily drawn, and then just goes back to his video games.
Okay,
But
but
No,
I
they're not
clap.
even selling. They're not even selling Hunter x Hunter in like Japanese stores anymore. So, like, I mean, I don't even know how he's gonna get revenue from that.
okay, but do you know the balls that takes, bro, to literally go up to your fans and just be like, fuck all of you. I don't need to work the rest of my life. But
Yeah.
occasionally I'll tease you with another poorly drawn chapter.
Mhm.
I think that
To
takes
have
zero
King of
balls.
Lightning or all the other reactors yell in a camera for an hour about. Dude, that's literally what he does. Somebody sent me when I told them I was thinking of, when I was telling them of getting back into the community and making the anime law season 3, and they're like, you need to start watching people again. I'm like, no, I don't. I pretty much know where everyone stands, and I don't need to know anyone new because they're probably just as terrible. And he sent me a King of Lightning video. No joke. It's like 45 minutes of him talking about
Yeah.
a One Piece chapter. You can't, there's nothing that important that happens
you
in
should look
16,
at it.
17 pages.
He took it to Twitch.
Tekking's videos. His things are almost an hour long.
Yeah, the dude live streams on Twitch now for like all of his One Piece reactions.
Wait,
It's-
whose reviews are an hour long?
Like
Tekken.
Tekking's.
Who's that?
He's the guy
Bleach
that
creator.
did Bleach.
Is that the guy that dresses up in the suit?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's
But to
not.
go back on Togashi though, I think that it takes no balls. What takes real balls is to say fuck your fucking viewers and your readers while you're creating your series. But when you already finish your series and basically Hunter x Hunter is basically finished. Gon met his father. When you actually finish his series and then say fuck you, then that's completely different because he already has the revenue. He already has the income. His
but
anime
hold
came
on.
out.
But he did it before.
Mm.
He put people on hold for years before that Gon met his father.
Yeah, didn't he do the
So-
same thing with Yu Yu Hakusho?
He did it. He does it all the time. He's crazy.
Damn.
That's why I love him. Like crazy people. I love crazy people, especially when they're creative people under companies that provide like such pressure and stress on their work, like employees. Like the fact that he just is able not only to dodge that, but to dictate when he does whatever he wants and does it sloppily anyway, just to rub it in their face. Right? You
Yeah.
can tell like that's some serious balls. That's not Japanese balls, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, bro, I feel you. I love crazy people too. I love driving an hour up south or an hour south to San Francisco to see all the crazy schizophrenics out there. Yeah, very creative indeed.
All the literal
Fucking
piles of crap.
telephone poles and shit. The most creative
do you
people
love,
on the
Kanye
planet
West?
taking shits in the middle of the sidewalk. Yes, the most
Dude,
creative
from-
people indeed.
What's up
Dude,
with Kanye
for
West?
the
man?
fucking weebs, that's a level of bravery they'll never attain. Actually dispute authority? Wow. How do you do that?
You
How
know,
can you
Kubo-
get manga?
Kubo
What?
did that. That's why Bleach is done.
Yep.
Is that fact?
And
I
yeah,
mean,
they
that's what I heard. I mean,
Is that factual? I miss that, man.
man, Tariq started that, didn't he?
No.
Yeah, he just started
Wait,
facts, and I took as that factual. I made it my own.
I'll tell you what is factual though. Eden Zero is a blatant ripoff of Fairy Tale, but I don't even know if you can rip off your own work.
Here we go.
Wait, say that
Oh,
again. There
I
was
don't even want to talk
the
about
Oh, you don't
creator-
know? You don't know?
the creator of-
Mashima has a new series now.
Wait, Oh, wait, that's right. Fairy Tale ended. But wait, he made a series that's Fairy Tale like 2.0?
Yeah, pretty much.
we are so rusty.
I'm not even joking, bro. Like dead ass.
Is it just
Like-
more
like
tits
literally,
and
like-
ass?
I'll tell you how what he did. He literally like the character is like Natsu and Gray like just mixed together, and the guy has black hair, and then they brought back no, and then they brought back Happy, or like the Xyz or something, and then they have like a couple of Urza too. They have like an Urza lookalike, in the series. Like just looking from the poster.
Dude, he's the most uncreative hack in the fucking industry. And god damn it, you're about to trigger me again. Twice in a stream. That's
I mean, if
that's
you think
crazy.
that's bad, did you read Rave Master?
No, I didn't read. I don't read, bro.
That man, you should respect him out of all the writers because that man basically takes people's perversions and makes money off of it.
He's not wrong.
It's called porn.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's mad respect.
Well, I mean, Louis, your mangaka, all he does is make dojins and porn in casinos now.
Oh shit!
Dude, have you
Exposed.
seen the
advise you.
details?
Dude, I
I mean,
advise
Black
you
Lagoon,
not to
Black
make fun of that.
Lagoon. They ain't making any more chapters of Black Lagoon because, I mean, Hiroe, he said, you know what? I want to go work in casinos now. Let's
Yo,
go.
hold
make-
up, bro.
go make
If you're
art.
gonna roast someone, the least you can do is pronounce their name correctly.
Oh,
It's Hiroe.
I'm sorry.
Damn
Sorry.
straight, yeah. And second
Oh,
of
Luis,
all,
stop
Black
being
Lagoon
weak.
just came out with a shut the fuck up, Trillion. I need to get this out. There was a new chapter of Black Lagoon that came out last month. It's on Manga Stream. Go check it
last
for
month.
yourself.
Last month. Good. It's going to be like another 2 months when it comes out again.
Hey man, but it's quality. It's quality. It's not Berserk. That's for sure.
Berserk.
Oh, Berserk, don't get me started.
I think Casca, didn't she get her memories back again?
I don't know, man. It's a story about rape, and more rape.
Look,
No,
I
no,
just
there are
think
some dragons in there.
but
And some religion, too.
that anime is better than Black Lagoon's anime. That's facts. So
Wait,
No, that's not.
wait,
that's
whoa,
not
whoa, whoa,
facts.
whoa, whoa. Which one are you talking about, Danny?
the
Wait,
original, not the CGI.
Yeah, I'm about to say the blasphemy about to come out of your mouth.
Wait. So what you're telling me is Berserk, that failure of storytelling, is better than Black Lagoon, which is slightly better storytelling.
I'm comparing the animes together. I've not read the series.
Oh, fair enough. I didn't watch the anime, so I can't comment on that. But
I watched both.
um,
So
yeah, I
Lock
don't really
Lagoon is
trust
the
your opinion,
only.
Nexus. No offense.
I mean, I don't trust you. You're a terrorist. So you know.
Whoa.
No,
You
no,
always
Nexus.
trust the terrorist. We do our job, bro.
I mean, we
No,
We
don't.
always
Nexus.
do our
I mean,
job.
I'm American,
Speaking
bro.
of terrorists, I would like to bring something up as well. My bad for interrupting. Formerly known as Bleach Fanatic, his real name has now been out in the open since he has been incarcerated. Jamal Haraz.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the nigga went to jail. He got arrested. I saw that.
He got arrested for doing a bomb prank
Yo,
out of
what?
college.
Wait, where?
The
Oh,
sad,
whoa,
Well,
slow down, back up,
the
dude. This
sad
is
part,
why we came back.
Wait, which one is Bleach Fanatic? Remind me.
he
Bleach
looks like
Fanatic
you,
is
but he's skinny.
The one with the humongous nose.
He's the one who doesn't look like he eats at
Looks,
all.
looks
Look,
like
be-
you, but
before
he
we
looks like
insult,
you if you were.
let me say something. Before we insult this man, we have to understand one thing, and
So,
that is he indeed has a problem.
Yeah.
So before we come at this individual, we have to recognize that there are people in this world who have problems that need help, and he needs help. Let me have that be said. Secondly, I warned him of these events. I told him if he didn't change his ways, because I wanted him to prosper. If he wanted to do streaming, he could stream.
Yeah.
So I said, look, you do you. But when something bad happens, and I don't have these messages no more because I deleted that account, I did not want to be associated with him. But I said, when something bad happens, know that you caused that. You cannot blame me for anything that happens wrong in your life anymore. And something wrong happened. He allowed himself to think that becoming someone on the
so
internet is going to overall make you a better person or in a person that is full of life. Like he was happy and he was content with that.
Dude, he made a
Even
bomb
now,
prank. Get the fuck out of here.
yeah. And the
wait,
sad part
dude,
is that
when,
even
when
now, he's incarcerated. He's on the phone. You can look up. He used the name Arab Andy. I told him use this name and you'll get subscribers, and he did that.
Yeah, and then they
And
didn't do that.
So
and
wait, did you like become like a personal counselor for all the anime for all the
He's the
anime community
darkness.
members or something? Like,
He's the
where do you get
darkness
all
that
this information
most
from? Like,
I wasn't necessarily a personal counselor. This is the thing. When I first joined the community, I met Bleach Fanatic. I met the man I shout out earlier, the legendary Mikey. And through meeting these people, I was able to meet more people and gain somewhat of a friendship and meet people like Nexus, etc. And those were good times. That was the past, the good days. And bad things came with it. I We all have problems at sometimes, and I even let my ego and I let my presence as Danny Urameshi affect how the previous anime law went. And I was acting irrational and I was being sporadic. So it's like I don't want to see another individual who is older than me and has these mental problems make the same mistakes I've made to a greater degree, but he still made them.
dude, the worst advice I've found to give anybody of that mental state is not to give them the advice because they'll just do it anyway because you told them not to. Like every fucking time. So like your best bet is just like to tell them the exact opposite and hope that nature triggers, right?
Well,
Some
then,
reverse psychology in that bitch, or
well,
just
then,
tell
then
them
you,
to get
you
help.
feel then you start to feel some type of responsibility because you encourage them to do that,
Exactly.
Yeah,
and he's one of those people to lash out at you and blame you for whatever happens.
It's like Johnny was there, like there was a time a couple months ago where he was even trying to like say that like I was the cause of everything that has happened to him throughout the years. And I was just like, bro, I do not even want to associate with you at this point. If you're trying to like he was trying to make me be like really his counselor, like you said. Like he was like, you helped me out with the name, you helped me get my channel started, you're supposed to be there with me, you're supposed to be my best friend type shit. And I was like, nigga, this is the internet. Chill. But he took it to that level. Like he embraced it. He embraced it too much. Like he gave it a hug and it exploded on him. No pun intended.
I mean, you ever think he was just using that as manipulation?
In what way?
I mean, like to bring up all that stuff, and then like he's gonna say like, listen, like you were a part of this, you know, you got to help me in this. And you're like, yeah, he embraced it, but I mean, was he listening to you?
I don't think Jamal's that sane enough to make that sort of plan. Everything, like you said, is sporadic. He does it as a backlash when something's not going his way.
Oh, yeah. I mean, shoot, he got arrested on Ice Poseidon's stream, right?
No, he got arrested on his own stream.
Oh,
Actually, I
So
think
what
that
did he
happened.
do exactly that made him get caught?
Basically, he didn't really do anything. It was what a donator did because he decided to do something that is trending, which is text to speech. So when someone donates to you, they can send you a message either through text, which is being read, or an audio file. And they sent him an audio file on his speaker that he recently had bought through donations, and it was of a bomb threat. It said the bomb is detonating in a couple seconds or whatever, and he was in a college classroom. And I told him as well, I was like, why are you on this campus when you're not taking no classes there? I told him, you're consistently ruining your reputation throughout your own city. That's not appropriate. That's not cool. But he just said, man, I'm going to do it anyways. I said, fuck it. You do you. And he went in that class. That audio played. He factually did not have any way of knowing that was going to happen. But at the same time, he put himself in that situation. And when that audio played and when it said, this my bomb's about to blow up in 3 seconds, people ran, and the fire department was called.
The dumb part was that he decided to stay there until the cops came, and he also did this at an airport, and he got banned from there.
Yeah, this was previously before he did this shit at a fucking airport, and then they banned this nigga from the airport. They said, you never fucking come here again unless you have a flight, or else I'm gonna fucking arrest you point blank. But
Dude,
he didn't.
his mistake
so what you're
is
telling me-
trusting viewers on YouTube. Like, if you scroll through the comment section of this stream alone, I wouldn't let half of these people say anything through my speaker.
Well, this is Jamal, and he was caught up in the fact that he was obtaining some type of success from it. So he was happy, and he let that get to his head.
what I don't get is that he knows who he's around, so he must know the type of people that watch his content. So like, if you put text to speech, you're setting yourself up for trolls to do that. I mean,
Exactly. He wanted
you watch
that 5
all
minutes
those
of
Twitch
fame.
videos. You watch all those Twitch videos like text to speech funny moments, like they're spamming the N word, and then those streamers get banned. I'm like, I mean, have you not seen this before?
If you look up his username right now and you look up Arab Andy and you go on YouTube, he literally like last week somebody someone called him up from jail or whatever, and he says that he's thankful for this experience. He says that, oh, I got off a little bit easy, but I didn't get off too easy because they said I can't go on YouTube. I have to be on probation or whatever. I'm just thinking in my head like, nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? You got off a little bit not too easy because you're on probation. That's
I mean,
hella easy.
you can't
could
even
be
feel
locked up for 15 years.
you can't even feel sorry for him because it's just like a situation. Like if you would know, like even you would know, like not to do that in a situation like that. Like if you're streaming and somebody knows that, like it's common sense not to put text to speech, especially in a college class.
Well, that's
And you're not even.
I don't want to kick.
But that's how he
Like,
built
I
up
don't
his
want he's
channel.
down. I don't want to kick a guy while he's down. But if he's stupid enough to get himself into that position, then he deserves all he gets.
I have no sympathy for that if he knew what he was doing.
I think he
Like-
just needs to get the help that he needs because what he's doing right now, it's not working for him.
Hey, yo, my question, honestly, is if he can't go on YouTube, what is he going to do all day with his little ankle bracelet at home?
Well, on the video, he said that he can go on YouTube. He just can't upload any content or stream like he previously did.
Yeah.
And there's
Plus-
someone out there actually monitoring his YouTube channel? Because, you know, that must be a fun job.
I would assume they are. But the funny thing about it is that although it's like he said these are his terms, his conditions, he still has these videos uploaded. Like him on the phone at jail is uploaded on his channel. So I don't know if he gave it to someone else and they're uploading it, and that's how he's like seeing the lines through the contract or whatever, like finding a loophole. But overall, I think he shouldn't post anything at all and just find those 2 years to reflect on himself. I told him, like, even like he wanted to do the troll shit, like go to the mosque and shit and act Muslim. I said, nigga, really look at those values as a Muslim and see if you would want to be one and change your life. And this nigga just did not care.
Did he go do that?
He went to the mosque, the troll, but they kicked that nigga out immediately because he had his camera and they said you can't be recording up in here.
Dumbass.
Hey, if he wants to record anything, he needs to go to a black church in the South. Those things are lit.
Hey,
You won't
dude,
be able to
I
hear
go-
any of the text to speeches.
I
bro.
go to one of those. I
Yeah,
live in
they're-
South Carolina.
Dude, it's harmonious. It's beautiful.
For real, bro. Thank you, Lord.
Hey, but are any of his videos online right now? Like what? I want to see the
yeah,
one that he
you
got
can.
arrested to.
Yeah, you can look that up. Look up Arab Andy C4 and you'll find that on YouTube.
Oh wait, C4.
Yeah, the audio said C4 detonation.
Dude, it's
You should live react to that. Should we get an exclusive Louis live reaction time right now?
yes, we will, but I'm not even surprised. I can tell you that right now. Like there's a certain amount of fuck, I don't know. I'm gonna find this. I can't react in real time right now, bro.
Arab
Dude,
Andy
just-
C4. Edgy, dude.
Dude, with a title like that, no wonder. Like how can I? Like,
There's the title of the video. The title of the video is straight up Arab Andy C4 donation at university gone wrong.
In the hood. Gone sexual.
Gone sexual. Hashtag almost got shot.
Shit, almost got arrested.
no.
Oh, no, he did get arrested.
All right.
No, okay, he deserves what he gets.
This
I'm
nigga
sorry.
has
No, no
13K
sympathy.
views? What? Oh, shit.
All right. Let's do this, man. I'm ready. If the hype is real, man.
Get your Apple products off my screen, you fucking weeb.
This dude has, wow. I mean, this dude has more subs than me, so I mean, shoot.
Do you even make videos anymore?
I don't make anime videos.
Yo, wait, hold on. Is this a video?
Yeah, it is.
All right, let's watch.
The fuck, man.
You just walked into a room. Oh my. Yo.
He's a fucking idiot, dude.
Oh yeah, we gotta go, guys.
Time to go.
Oh yeah, we gotta go, guys.
Oh, look at that! Look at how happy he looks. Oh my
Dude,
god!
Exactly,
his nose
that's
got
what I'm
bigger.
saying. He needs help. He really does need help. And the crazy thing about it is that even now when I see this clip, I can't stop myself but laugh. And not laugh at the fact that these people were running in fear, but at his stupidity.
Real dude.
Is that high tier quality
Right.
content we hear so much about?
It's clickbait, man.
Top tier.
Yeah,
I mean-
this is the part of YouTube I never attend. Generally, I try to avoid this part of YouTube like the plague because I know how addicting it can get and
I'll
how
tell you-
stupid people are there.
I'll tell you now, like, with Neverworld and Double Four Anime, it's just gotten worse, like, in terms of the videos that they make. Like, everything's just clickbait now. Like, you know, like, oh, you won't believe what this One Piece character did, or you won't believe, like, what's happening, and it's like, oh, we ain't even making chapter reviews. Like, they just played up, like, misleading people when it comes to video titles.
Okay, but it's not just their fault. Like, this is such a greater issue. There's a guy that just walked into a classroom and unironically was willing, like, everyone stared at him. He knew he didn't belong there. And he just stood there and let somebody type whatever the hell they wanted for $4.20 and ruin essentially his life. That's how much your life is worth at that point. $4.20.
So now check out the last gel call and see how he is not phased by this event. I feel like this event has not changed him whatsoever. You go
That
to
shit
his
makes it
channel,
funnier, bro.
that's like this call was posted a week ago or whatever, and he's saying, like, he's really saying this, like, I am thankful to the fucking donators, the same donators that put you in this predicament. I don't know if he's being specific towards the people that's helping him in his court case because they're donating to help him through his legal issues. But even still, I would not want to be associated after this has transpired.
I don't know if it's gonna be a 2 years. But I feel like it is.
Dude, I ran out of laughter. Like, it's sad at this point.
Yeah, I'm just like,
I laughed it all out.
like, it started with shock, and now it's just like,
Oh.
So that's what's up. That's what we missed. Yeah, Trillion, we got some catching up to do, clearly.
no, to say now that I'm happy that I never caught up before.
But to leave this topic and to go in the abyss to where the people who watch Double Four and Red Neverworld are, since Nexus brought them up, I feel like it's not their fault. It's the people that watch them because they enable them to have a career.
No.
That's fair.
Here's the thing. Like, we can blame the viewers as much as we want, but it's the content creator not being in control of his content that leads to trouble. That's, you are in control. You have the power. You have everything in your control. You don't let the fans dictate. If you let the fans dictate, that's a sign of your weakness, not of their strength.
Yeah.
Hey, but we never said they were strong. And money is the power, and they're getting that through the fans and through the views.
Even with money, dude.
I mean,
Even
if
with
you
money.
pop out something just as good as the clickbait that you put, I mean, I'm pretty sure your fans are gonna like that too. I don't really think it matters about.
I think the conversation differs when it changes a little bit when we look at the demographic. Who is actually watching the videos? There's children out here that are fascinated by these shonen, and I don't care what he's saying. If he's talking about my favorite series and he's saying that it's the best series ever, I'm gonna watch him.
That was me. Yeah, dead ass.
Yeah, I never really got that because to me, like, ever since I was young, the concept of best did not exist because it did not make sense.
Mhm.
So when somebody said that something I like is the best, I would ignore them.
Yeah.
And I still do. I never watch reviews. When I watch reviews, it's for a product I want to buy, right? I don't watch a chapter review. What does that even mean, right?
Yeah. Going more
Right.
like a more mainstream note, like when it comes to GR Arcada or like Tokyosaurus, they've started to take like reviewing to like a new spectrum in terms of like not weekly reviews or episode reviews or not even series reviews for that matter, because it's the same thing being popped out to where like you're just beating a dead horse. So I mean they've had to start to come up with other stuff. And like I get it like for Neverworld and Double Four, because I mean honestly looking at that realistically, they're not the biggest YouTubers of this community. Like the Crumb side, yes, but like for other content creators that do have anime related content, they're doing other stuff. So I mean the fact that for Neverworld and Double Four, or even King of Lightning, they continue to do the same thing, it's just it says a lot about them. Like the fact that they're not willing to change or actually get something new.
Well, speaking about new though, what is new? What is original? Shout out to my song I put on my YouTube channel. Nothing is original. How can you be different? Facts.
Hey, yo, bro.
It's called the remix strategy.
Hey, yo, since we're making shout outs right now, shout out to Modelo Especial.
Hey, but what time is it, Louis?
Great summer beer.
It's Modelo time. Hey,
Shut your ass up.
you already know what's up. We out here. We doing it.
For real though.
I knew I needed to get drunk for this stream. It's just there's too much fuckery and it would all hit me at once.
The tomfoolery, bro. I'm starting to make college football videos. Like real talk.
Oh, it's football. Wait,
Yeah.
okay, you never answered my question. What are you majoring in?
I did. I said political science.
Political science. I did not hear you. Maybe I lagged or something.
Is that why you
Political
have the Trump hat
science.
on?
Is
Yo,
that
Nexus.
is that an actual field?
Yeah.
What do you study?
I mean, because for the most part, hold up. Gotta talk about this for the rest of the video now.
Okay, I was just about to ask you about that. Why is it that every time I see you in comment sections, you're straight up just like bashing liberals, bro? Like it's I'm not I don't know, I just found that hilarious. Like you're one of those I thought you were one of those conservatives, or you were trying to be one of those conservatives who like just goes to liberal videos and like downvotes them as just like liberal trash, feminazis, safe spaces, you know.
I mean, I'm pretty much libertarian. I really got into politics these last several years, and the elections just sort of like opened my eyes a lot about it. So, plus the thing about a lot of political science majors, Trillion, is that they usually just go into law practice, because you learn about the different laws in the government system, and you like learn about how the entire thing is formed. So when I'm out here actually looking at like what Congress is passing or what bills are being written, I'm not going to be ignorant because I know like how the entire process works, what's going on.
Do you see yourself being like a governor in 20 years or something? Where do you see yourself? What career are you gonna?
Well, for me right now, I sort of want to be a professional videographer, so that's why you saw a bunch of my videos about my football team, and just I'm starting to get into weddings too. But long term, the thing about politics is that you've got to sort of like start from the bottom and work your way up. So you can't just, I mean, with Trump's case, he had ran before, like back in the 90s, and then he's also a billionaire. So he was able to go with no experience. But for any normal person, you've got to start as like a chairman of a party. Then you've got to go to Senate. Then you've got to go to state Senate. And then just, it just keeps going.
Well, Nexus, rest assured, if Trump can become president, you can somehow get a job in the White House. It's possible. I'm not saying you can become president, but
Hey, bro.
Because I think America is still too racist.
I
Like
mean,
Obama was a fluke.
Obama got elected though. So I mean,
Yeah.
Obama got elected because he promised change and didn't deliver on anything.
Oh yeah.
Hey man, DACA.
No, dude. Barack Obama got the presidency the same way every black person got anything in life. They talk trash.
So that's
I don't know. That's an
People
accurate
bought it.
statement.
People bought it.
I don't know about that.
Dude,
Yeah, I don't know
Dude,
where the factual evidence is.
dude, every black celebrity I can think of, and by celebrity it can be anything. Muhammad Ali
Will
talk
Smith.
trash.
Will Smith.
Will Smith, like Will Smith, does he talk trash? I don't know. Is he popular?
Morgan Freeman, who he talk shit to.
Morgan Freeman. Okay,
Yeah,
what about
Obama is
LeChoke?
if anything, people are talking shit on Obama.
What about
Yeah,
the goat that is LeChoke James or LeSweat James?
Excuse me? Are you defaming the great King? Get the fuck out of here. I'm a Warriors fan.
Listen, how you feel about your boy being in LA? You feel nervous?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
I'm a Warriors fan. I live in the Bay Area. He's not my boy. I respect him.
He's in LA now, so like, you feel nervous? I mean,
we'll just take him out earlier, and then we'll probably end up playing the Raptors with Kawhi, who probably won't even be on the roster because he'll demand a trade before then, or purposely injure himself.
What really boggles me is that people really think that that Boston's out here going back to the finals, or they're going to go to the finals. I mean,
Kyrie can carry his whole team to the finals just like LeBron did to the playoffs. So
I mean, scary Terry. Is he going to leave?
Dude, what gets me is the fact that Carmelo Anthony is actually the best Atlanta Hawks player in franchise history.
the blasphemy.
Oh, come on now. Come on.
No,
This is
no.
2014. Let's not do that.
Yo,
Listen, dude, look, the blasphemy that just came out of your mouth.
hold on, hold
like-
it down. Hold on. Okay,
We're
think
bringing
about
him
it.
back.
No one ever scored on him. He has a perfect field goal percentage because he never missed anything. And I mean, look at the money he made from just being on the roster for what, a day? Dude, he's winning.
He's
Not
like,
Charlie Sheen winning, but he's up there.
what did he do last year?
Oh, you're talking about the Thunder. See, I'm talking about him being on the Hawks for a day.
Okay, but that's like that was just like how a day? I mean, that was
You're
it.
taking this too seriously, bro. Calm down.
Oh, you mean when he was on? Oh, shoot! I thought you meant when he was. Okay.
Yo, I mean when he got traded and like
Oh.
he got traded to the Hawks and the Hawks were like, "You're Carmelo Anthony. We don't want you anymore. We can send you to the
Oh.
Rockets so you can disenfranchise that franchise."
Oh yeah. Oh, so I thought you were talking about like when he was on the Thunder. I'm like, this dude isn't as good as he used to be. No,
But
I'll
next
tell
is
you,
you never answered my question. Why you got that hat on?
because dude, you gotta make America great again. That's
But
you-
what does that statement mean to you? What does that phrase mean to you?
Space
What are you-
Force.
What are you doing to further that?
Huh?
What are
Well,
you
by
to make
doing
America great?
this, like, so on a serious note, like, looking at what Obama did to the country for the past 8 years.
Dude,
No.
here we go.
What?
No, I'm reading the comment section, bro. You gotta give him some love.
Oh, hell yeah, bro. What's going on, bro? Y'all be wilding out in the comments.
Nah, don't try to shy from the question. What
Okay,
about
okay.
what
okay.
about that phrase? Like, what are you doing to support that?
Well, for what do you mean, like doing this to support it? Like
Like,
voting?
what are you doing in order to make America great again? And why do you have that hat?
He's gonna go study abroad to Russia to learn how to hack more elections.
Totally, dude. That's the only way you can make MAGA. No, but on a real note, I mean, I'm working, and I'm also, learning how the system works. I mean, I also do a lot of community service too, and I think that by doing that, I contribute to, leaving America a little bit in a better place than how I came in it. But on a bigger picture, like in terms of Trump, 8 years, Obama did all the stuff. He promised all this stuff. He clickbaited in real life, and a lot of stuff didn't get done. So the thing with Trump, and I don't really agree on a lot of it, on some of his policies, but for the most part, when it comes to jobs, when it comes to national security, when it comes to borders, when it comes to things like that, that's stuff that the rest of the world really doesn't take us seriously on anymore. And I think that what Trump is doing is actually improving that stuff. Unemployment is at a 17-year low. That wall is getting built in the process, and it's $21 billion. We have
No,
like
it's not. It's not getting built. That's like I can respect
no,
Trump
no,
to an extent, but that's not getting built.
How do you
Okay.
know that, dude? He literally was discussing prototypes of what was gonna go on the
Yeah,
subway.
although you're discussing prototypes, it does not mean that our tax dollars are indeed going to the completion of his project.
I mean, they are.
Um,
How else would they have prototypes then?
That's
They
the
have
one
well-
thing I can say. Like he won't. I don't believe that, bro. Like by the time that wall even gets built, we're gonna be the ones hopping over it.
Sure, that's true.
well,
But going on from that, like even with that, let's talk about the zero tolerance policy that he enacted earlier May. I want to know that he said something about it in March, but May was sort of like when it got introduced. So with that, he's taking illegal immigration seriously, and these are things that people have been saying, like, you need to take care of this, and he's actually doing it. Now we don't need to be in Syria. Like I've already said that multiple times, because it's just Obama was in there and people say, oh, Obama did the same thing Trump's doing. Well, that doesn't mean it's okay. When it comes to the trade war with China, he's putting tariffs on steel. He's also putting tariffs on the EU and other countries too, because he's thinking by doing that, you get other countries that outsourced their companies to those abroad, they'll come back here. That'll bring back jobs for America. For some companies like Harley Davidson, that's a pipe dream. I mean, look where they are now. But I mean, for some, it could happen. I don't know.
What I will say with the first thing that you said in terms of how you're helping out your community, I want to say this. There's a difference between making your community a better place and making America a better place, making America great again. And you were touching on issues that Trump is indeed trying to fix, such as our economy and the employment rate. But
Yeah.
at the same time, you didn't say nothing about the troubles that people are facing, such as getting separated from their families, such as the racism that is
Okay.
occurring, especially since you like football. Let's talk about Colin Kaepernick a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So what's up with
Yeah.
that?
Dude's not a hero. And
Elaborate.
let's also talk about that family separation. How do you know that all of them are families? Like, those are all families that are together. Because in 2013, there was a huge case and epidemic for sexual trafficking across the southern border.
That's not the point, though. Like, the
Yeah,
point
it's not
people
the
make
point.
is that, like, yeah, some of them aren't families, but are you just gonna get rid of all of the kids who some actually do belong to families just to prevent that?
I mean,
I don't
here's
know.
the
It's kind of like the ends doesn't justify the means argument.
I mean,
Exactly.
Louis, here's the thing. These guys are being put in detention centers. I mean, they're here illegally. I mean, it's illegal. I don't know how more you can describe that. Not to mention that a child can't be in jail, with the parent. I mean, we just have that law there. So, I mean, I think crossing the border once is like a misdemeanor. Like, crossing the second time is a felony. But
There's a difference
even
between
so, I mean,
crossing
these kids.
illegally, and there's a difference between I can't find the word right now. You're running away from dangers from your own country. What is that word?
Asylum.
Yeah,
It's not
you're
an
trying to
excuse.
seek asylum. There's a difference between those two because it is legal to seek asylum.
Yeah,
Don't
but
get
you know
that
what?
misunderstood.
It would have the verification to enter that asylum. You wouldn't have this entire caravan coming across the border. Like, I mean,
But
there are how
even
many? There are how
individuals who
many?
try to seek asylum are still being brought back to their country. So what do you say about that? What do you say about the people who are trying to save themselves and their families, but they are unable to do so because Trump does not want them to find a better life? What about the American dream?
I mean, they come in here the right way. I mean, I'm like, what are you trying to say? Because
Seeking
it's
asylum is not the right way.
no, Danny, you're not understanding. It's a very complex issue when it comes to immigration. And for this part, yes, there are asylum seekers, and there are also bad people coming across the border. And when one happens more than the other, like, how do you find a solution to that?
I'm not trying to be president, so I
Because
don't
just
have the
saying
answer to that.
because just saying that they're escaping like another country just to come over here, like, they still have to come in here the right way. It's not an excuse.
I wanna support Nexus's argument here with. I watched a video discussing this topic with like I don't know which news channel interviewed one of these border agents or border guards, right? One guy that's in charge there, and he talked about this issue. And I tend to take I give the benefit of the doubt to the people who are there and gave their accounts. So this border guard said the same thing Nexus said. You have to come in through the legal route, because if you don't come in from the legal route, there is no way of knowing what you are and how to deal with you. That's why they do all of these moves, the separation, the whatever, because the people want to cross there quickly because, the legal route takes too long.
Mhm.
But without the legal route, you have chaos.
Well, what
But
about
once
And
again,
chaos is
What you
always
can
bad
do,
for
now what you
business.
can do, and what I would be open for, is trying to reform the way that we
Yeah,
have
of
people
course.
become U.S. citizens, because it's like a 7-year process. I mean, my mom was an immigrant. She came in here the right way, and she became a citizen about, I want to say, like 5 or 6 years ago. And it was hard, but I mean, she was able to get it, because I think statistically, like, if 49% of U.S. citizens took.
but was your mom getting threatened by different illegal organizations? That's my point. Seeking asylum. If you're coming illegally and you're just trying to seek a better life for your family and there's no threat to your life, then of course you should take the time in order to come legally. But what about the people who are unable to do that? Because when they try to do it legally, they don't have enough time.
What's
I
the
mean,
alternative?
that's just the reality of it, dude.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Sorry.
they're just supposed to die. So they're just supposed to
If
die.
you open up, like, no, if you open up the doors for that emotional argument in, what happens is that emotional line can be abused by people. Like,
'Cause
how do you know whether somebody's in need or not? How do you measure that
Exactly.
without legal work? It's
Let me
very
play-
difficult. So
It's just like healthcare. It's just like healthcare. I mean, people want all this protection on their different cases, but how do we prioritize what cases come first and like what we're supposed to cover?
Well,
And
hold on,
not
let me
only that-
play devil's advocate here, because so Nexus, like, in response to this, I'm not on any side or the other.
Yeah.
What would you say to was it Stephen Mueller, that guy with the humongous forehead, who's trying to limit the amount of legal immigrants that can come in? I thought that was an interesting talking point
Mhm.
to wake up to.
I mean, what do you mean about it?
Well, I'm asking just your opinion on it, because it's like, if the legal immigration used to be the answer to this issue,
Yeah.
but now if you're limiting the amount of legal immigrants, which is nothing new, but people are naturally getting upset about it.
I never saw any. I never read that, so I'll have to. Is it on Twitter?
It was yesterday or the day before. Just look up Stephen Miller and immigration.
did Nexus just drop out?
He dropped out. He came back.
Okay, I'm bad. My bad.
Okay.
Well, to go to what I was saying, and when you speak of the emotional consequences, I'm not emotionally attached to the situation. I'm simply stating that the value of life shouldn't be underestimated. When we have
And
the
I
chance
support
of
that.
someone dying.
Of course, yeah.
I support that. But if we take that again, this is not something that can be easily measured, like psychometrically. So, and like statistically. So we have to kind of be careful, right? Whenever we use that argument to increase the amount of immigration. And I'm not saying it can't be better. Everything improves.
It could be better.
But it has to be done properly, and opening the doors is a bad idea.
Well, look, I
Almost
also
always.
One thing I am for. I'll look up Stephen Miller's. Comment later. Personally about that. I mean, I don't know how much he wants to decrease the amount of legal immigrants coming in. So once I read up more on that, then I'll be able to give you a response. But in terms of like asylum seekers, like you talked about, Danny, I mean, I'm for people coming here and being able to have asylum, being able to be safe. And there are plenty of asylum seekers that come here legally, like they have the verification to be able to come here, as well as legal immigrants that are coming in the right way. But the thing about this argument, the same argument was used around 4 years ago and even up to 2016, when it came to the refugees that were in Syria, and a lot of, because they were in a full-blown war, or I think they're still in a full-blown war. And the problem with that is that Germany, France, and Sweden, these countries wanted to be accepting. They wanted to bring in these refugees in because they wanted to be able to save them from all this stuff that was happening. But then fast forward, especially in 2015 and 2016, Sweden's the rape capital of Europe. You saw what happened in Nice. You saw what happened in Paris. All these terrorist attacks were happening, and this was a result. Yeah, and this was a result. And if you look at the victims, well, not the victims, but if you look at the suspects that did all of these things, some of them were ISIS, and some of them were also refugees. Especially in Britain, I know that they had a huge knife problem, which I don't know why is your mayor gonna ban knives like that? Like
A
I can't even
fucking
get
knife
a
problem. That was hilarious, man.
Wait, hold on. He did that. Wait, hold on. There was a mayor that banned knives.
So the mayor of London, he says there is no logical reason for somebody to carry a knife or for somebody to own a knife. So you know what this man does? He bans knives. I'm not even joking.
Well, when we go back to the problems that refugees can possibly bring, I know they're drastic. This is true. My problem comes where there is no logical explanation besides the fact that someone crossed the border illegally. when they have a job, they're a law-abiding alien, but they're still being deported. That is my problem. If you have a family and you have a job and your life is being sustained and their life is being sustained by you, there's fathers out here who are working, trying to find jobs on the low.
Why did you make the decision to start a family when you knew you weren't here illegal? You weren't here legally.
So now that goes to
It's
the
their
values of
responsibility.
it.
The parents knew. The parents that have kids here, those kids are citizens. But
Exactly.
you knew you weren't doing something right when you came across this border.
But
And
that's why they had children.
If
though.
anything,
You have to understand.
anything,
had children so their children could have a
their
better
fault.
life as a citizen.
But
They may
think
not
about
be citizens,
It's
but
their
they're still
fault for
humans.
bringing
They still
people
want to mate. Like, you're trying to tell me they're not supposed to have natural human thought processes now? Like,
No, that's not what he's
you
saying,
don't
though.
stop now? Like, what are you trying
No,
to
no.
say? He just said that people that come to America should not have families, basically.
When did I? No.
No. You
I said
misunderstood.
people
No.
that come in illegally, they know the price that you pay by bringing a kid into this world and having them have to go through this entire situation that we're seeing. So if I said that, then I'm saying that my mom shouldn't have had me, which I'm totally not saying that. I'm saying that if you are an illegal immigrant and you have a kid in this country, it's pretty much your fault that this is happening. You knew that you didn't come over here the right way, and you knew you're not supposed to be here. You could have taken a journey to citizenship, but no, you don't want to do that. Instead, you decide, F the laws. I'm just gonna act like I live here in a country, have a family, and hopefully they don't catch me. But what happens when they catch you? Oh,
On the real, though,
It's the
I
same
think
principle.
the U.S., if anything, should invest in improving these nations, because at this point, that's the only way. Slowly but surely,
I disagree.
What do you mean?
introduce the process. Because look how close just Mexico is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go as far as to call it a shithole, but it's getting there.
It could be.
And-
It could become communist, to be honest.
It
Why
could,
would we
and
improve other nations when we don't even improve our own?
Yeah, honest. Well, no, but keep talking, Louis. Like, keep explaining your point.
Well, obviously, I see a lot of this is wishful thinking, because it's like, take care of our own nation first, take care of our veterans, take care of this and that, or homeless problem, and then take care of other countries. I think the immigration problem stems naturally, and somebody brought this up in the comment section, Sultan X, who these less fortunate countries are able to exploit Western countries because their countries are so terrible. Well, if countries like the superpowers are indeed the superpowers, then some people feel inclined that they should be the ones to help out these less fortunate nations in order for them to not have to immigrate over here. Again, it's just another interesting talking point.
You remember Black Hawk Down?
I do. Great movie.
Remember, that's pretty much what happened when we went into Somalia. We thought it was good to try and help improve their country by putting troops on the ground and eliminating these gang forces. And what do? They killed they killed Rangers, right? They were Army Rangers or Navy SEALs anyways. There was that rescue mission, and they took that one dude hostage. Like, they didn't want to be helped. So, we could try and make an effort, but, like, there are some countries that just don't want our help.
Well, yeah, to be honest with you guys, probably the only outsider here looking in, I know the outside opinion of the United States, not necessarily from our country in Kuwait, but in any other place. And generally speaking, the U.S. doesn't have a good reputation when it comes to help in general. Nobody wants the U.S. help because they don't trust the giving hand, right?
Yeah, because we exploit them a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's a lot of exploitation coming. So I reached a point where I don't think the U.S. trusts the U.S. to improve itself, right?
Our political system's corrupt. Just plain and simple.
Like, not even towards like a political level. Like, we got the sweatshops everywhere in the world, like making shit for us. And
that's not the government problem. That's a capitalism problem.
Yeah,
we can't. The government can't control that. That's just what businesses do.
No, that's not factual. Our government can control that. This is facts.
But
We
I
choose
rather
to
than
be a
not.
capitalistic society and have our fake democracy and all that bullshit.
Yeah, taxation is theft.
Yes. Amen.
Okay, I don't think we can reach the point of taxation as death, but
Theft,
like
not
the
death.
issue with
Although some people think it's the equivalent of death. Some people do die when they see their tax bill in the mail.
They do.
well, here's the argument for taxation, and you guys can convince me otherwise because I don't have any particular stance on the matter. But here's the argument I know is that for a state to be able to run itself for the people and service the people, it needs some pool to take from tax money,
Yeah.
right? And the only way to do it is through collecting a small percentage of what people earn. How much? That depends on which system we followed. Like the Roman system was different, the American system is different. It depends on which era and which country. But like almost every great nation collected taxes somehow to be able to sustain itself and its armies and its protection and it's all that. So if taxation is theft, who will keep the lights on?
Trillion, you're again. I think you're partially
privatize
taking this way
land.
too seriously.
If you
It's a
privatize-
buzzword, bro.
No, I mean, because
No. I know people who seriously debate this, but I don't understand their points. And I would love if somebody can clarify if anybody knows more.
I mean, I understand. I understand where you're coming from. Like now, for certain business, like privatization is always an option where you literally just like buy like if I'm a mega corporation, I can buy a bunch of land and like I can seize the means of production and I can have my workers live here. So in order for them to live in good conditions, I pay for those roads to be paved. I pay for, these certain stores to have certain goods come in. Obviously, that is something that is a really good discussion, but I don't know too much about it to argue about it.
Hey, dude, with the Yu Yu Hakusho profile picture, you all right, bro?
Yeah, I'm good.
You alive? All right, that's good. I just wanted to check in. I care about my guests.
But Danny, you touched on it.
Yeah.
Oh, you go.
Yeah, go on, please.
No,
No,
why
you
you
go.
Okay, I'll go.
I was gonna continue on the
you-
question.
No, please, after you.
No, I want to hear your question. I was gonna transition because nobody was talking. Go on.
I mean, Danny brought up a point about the entire conflict. I mean, our boy Trump this morning, like at 8:18 p.m., talked about the NFL players are at it again, kneeling for our national anthem. Like, no, this man, like the thing about Trump is that either he's an idiot or either he is some evil genius that is colluding with Russia.
I love that man, bro. I love him.
Like
Dude,
you, like you can't pick both. So like I think this man, he knows what he tweets. But the thing is, because when he tweets what he did, like when he said LeBron James is being interviewed by the dumbest man on television, Don Lemon, and then proceeds to call LeBron James an idiot, I'm like, you can't make this stuff up. Like he tweets that at like what, 2 a.m, and then he controls the entire news cycle for like the next 2 days.
But next is do you believe, because you just brought out the two polar opposites / extremes. He's either an idiot or he's the Russian spy. Which do you think it is?
Man, I'm in the middle, bro.
I couldn't tell you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like there's some people that don't know anything about politics, but they know how to carry a crowd, right?
That's right. I mean, Trump, think about it. He's a businessman. Yeah, he filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy like multiple times, but out of what, 500 businesses? If you were able to accumulate over $2 billion in wealth, there is no way that you're some idiot.
Exactly. I don't like that argument.
I mean, and like now there are some days where I'm like on Twitter, I'm like, did this man just really say this out of his mouth? And then there's
a
some
quote
days
that's coming up to me. I can't remember exactly how it's phrased, but it's like, just because a man is a fool doesn't mean he can't do something smart. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he can be a fool, but he can act in mannerisms that contradict that statement.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna support Danny here, and goes here is he is a very smart man, but if you look at any smart man in history, and I've known smart men, and they all have one thing in common. They have this one dumb habit. Anything,
Yeah.
right? You're not without being bad at another. So I think on Twitter is being himself, and that's
Brilliant
his weakness.
Lags is at it again.
That's
You're
his
gonna need
ability
to repeat that whole
do
soliloquy for us,
Yeah,
please.
dude. Hey,
What?
in
Oh,
terms
okay.
of politics, net neutrality happens, so you might be lagging even more.
Yeah, Verizon doesn't like what you have to say.
Yeah, they don't like terrorists.
Okay, let me begin again. Hold on. Where did I leave off? So
You know a lot of
talked
smart
about
men. They
how
all have
smart,
one dumb habit.
smart man, but
Okay, yeah. I've known a lot of smart men. Like, there's a unifying factor that's unifying all of them, is that they have a very like one thing they have to do
Fucking
that's
A.
dumb, right?
for real, dude.
It's a counterbalance, right? You can't, like, to every force there's a counter force, right? Same thing, right? And
Yeah, I guess.
Right.
Let's just roll with that.
Sultan, I just want to point out the comments. Sultan, that's an ignorant statement. It's a
What
very
is that?
ignorant statement.
Which one, dude? Do you know how much he is spamming right now?
I guess
America is the cause of a lot of world problems.
They may be cause for a lot of problems,
um,
but not all the world, like a lot of the world's problems. Some of that is from internally too. But keep going, Trillion.
Instead of saying America, should we say England is the cause of all the world's problems? Europe is.
No, bro.
Some people might just say religion.
No,
I mean,
I would say Denmark. They claim to be the happiest country on earth. I don't trust them.
There's something evil about them.
Yeah.
I don't trust Japan, dude. I think Japan's one step ahead of us. All these waifus.
There we go. I'm full of this.
hello again.
Let me get back to this
Hi.
topic.
Yeah, where did you go?
Showing it has returned.
What happened?
My computer, my computer decided to switch internets out of nowhere and chose the slow one.
Shit.
No, it's the CIA. They hacked into your. They realized what you were saying was bullshit, and decided.
No.
Silence, heathen.
Well, they can't get to me here, so I guess
get
the
better
only way they
than
can
that.
do
Better
it.
internet, you have to pay like $9.99 for another package.
Do you guys? You have AT&T over there, right? Are they? Is their phone service just as shitty as it is over here?
Probably even worse.
Like, this is my question. Like, I want to ask somebody from an Indian country, because like when we call customer service, we get annoyed with the Indian person on the other line, right? How do the Indian people feel when they call? Do they get a white person on the other side, or do they just get the Indian person and then they just hit it off perfectly? And why are there 2 trillions all of a sudden?
Yeah, I just saw that.
But I never tried your phone companies, Luis, but I've heard bad things, and our guys, like our companies, they cheat us by stealing money, like making everything overpriced, but they provide decent enough service. My only complaint is that the internet cannot reach like very high speeds. It's reasonable, but I can't do 1080 on YouTube.
Wait, so
1080 on YouTube is
when you're by yourself watching your favorite hentai, is it like 1 frame per second?
Yeah, is it pixelated?
Yeah.
not necessarily, no, but
Getting off the pixels.
Yeah, he had to learn how to FAP to blur the images.
Yeah, dude. I mean, they already
you
have
fill
that.
it with your
They
imagination.
already have that, but like, it's like 10 times now.
Trillion ascended. He said, "You know what? Fuck it. I don't even need to watch nothing."
Yeah,
bro.
I'll make my
All
own.
in the mind. Like, he literally just like has his eyes rolled back, like just levitating.
Pause.
What?
He's like he's
What?
transcended. He's transcended like the entire like level of fapping the hentai. Like, he just levitates now because like, you know how Master Roshi like in Dragon Ball's No, y'all don't even watch Dragon Ball Super.
What is
Shoot.
that?
And you just
All I
admitted
know
you
is-
do.
Yeah.
what is
Oh
that?
yeah.
All I know is you just admitted you watch garbage.
Hey, dude, I was there for the ending. Jiren was a badass.
Jiren is
But
garbage.
still
Everything
admit,
about
so you
that series
admit
is
that you
fucking
watched it.
trash.
You know what's funny about the whole Dragon Ball situation is I never even finished watching the original Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z.
None
Ooh.
Of course you didn't. Dude. Hey, bro,
You
let me
better
tell you
not say
this,
that on mic.
Louis. Do you know who Broly is?
Who is that?
No.
It's not you, is it?
No, he's like the big muscle guy that says Kakarot. Like,
Oh wow. Wow. Yeah, in Dragon Ball, the big muscle guy. That really narrows it down.
no. Like he's like,
Is he the guy that says,
Wait.
I'm your father?
Is he the guy with the green hair, the red hair, the blue hair, the purple hair, or all the above?
We talking about mumble rappers
Wait,
now?
Wait, next, can you do that again?
what?
The
That
Kakarot?
voice acting.
Yeah.
I don't
Do
trust.
that
I don't
again.
trust y'all now.
No, I think you found your calling.
Yeah. If directing doesn't work, you know you can go straight to voice acting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, bro. You already know. Nah, but shit. What were we even talking about?
We were talking about the different mumble rappers in Dragon Ball with the different color hair.
Yeah, man.
And
Oh,
something-
oh.
something about
Little
trans-
Broly.
Speaking of which, what's his name?
Little Broly. You know there's a fucking rapper named Kid Trunks. That nigga's garbage. I saw him on fucking
Hey, bro, 6ix9ine going to jail.
Is that the guy with like the rainbow hair?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the King of New York.
Look at Stiffy.
Dude, who the hell tattoos the number 69 however many times all over his body?
Tagged to the
There had to be like some
6ix9ine
tattoo
times.
artist that was just like, are you sure? Are you sure? And
He
he's
should've
like,
played that
yes. He
shit.
looked at him dead in the eye.
Watch that dude in the interview though. Like he does not give a fuck, dude. Like he just goes in there and like he knows that it's crap, but like people still buy it. People still listen to it.
Well, Nicki Minaj made a song with him, right?
Yeah, Nicki Minaj is in on it.
It's called Fifi. Do you
It's-
love me? Are you right?
Is that your, wait,
Oh,
no, bro,
It's
don't
that
stop
music,
it.
bro. Don't do that. I had
But
to.
when you actually look at 6ix9ine, are you honestly trying to tell me that he has all bad songs? Because I love Gotti.
I mean, I'm gonna just say this: that man wears rainbow-colored hair, so when he's throwing stuff up, he can say, no, I'm with y'all, bro. Look at my red," or if he's blue, you know.
Dude, that guy tattooed the number 69 on his face. Unironically, he does not give a shit.
No,
But speaking of not giving a shit, let's talk about some serious stuff because he does have allegations and he pleaded guilty, I believe, to a crime that involves a minor, and
He
it
did.
was some sexual interactions, or maybe he was just touching. I don't know. We haven't seen the video. I don't want to see the video. The point is, he supposedly claims he was a victim of the system. Do you believe that?
I haven't
He
listened.
just-
I know who he is, but I
he
haven't
pleaded
listened
guilty?
to any of his content, so I don't know.
did you say he pleaded guilty?
Yeah, he took a plea so he wouldn't have to go to jail or some shit like that when he was like 18 or something. Do you think he's innocent, or do you think he's guilty and he deserves to go to jail regardless of the shenanigans he does do right now?
I haven't read into it. We don't know any evidence, so I don't know. Until
You
we
know, free.
until we see the tape, then I can make a point. But
Watch out. You want to see the tape?
chill out, watch out, bro. That's some
Yo,
Hamal stuff.
free XXX Tentacion. Oh wait, he is
You're a
free,
troll for that.
right?
You're a troll.
Wow.
You're definitely faded if you make a remark like that.
I'm definitely going to hell, man. But you know,
This is
I
so sad.
fucked with this stuff.
This is so sad. Alexa played Drug Addicts featuring Demi Lovato.
It's fun. The crazy thing though, on some real shit, let me bring up some real stuff. I do not like when celebrities' lives are like put out in the limelight because it's like we all have our personal lives, and would you want your shit to be out there if, like, you just real talk? Would you want your shit to be out there when you just fucking overdose and you were sober for like 2 years and out of nowhere you're in the fucking hospital and all that other shit? I wouldn't want that to be out, you know. That's
I mean,
How do you
yeah.
know not to do that though? Like she has gone. We're talking about Demi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gone. Dude, she has all sorts of problems, right? She's bipolar. She has anxiety. She overdoses. This isn't the first time either. So it's like, how many times do you have to go to rehab? How many people have to bitch slap you in the face? How many people do you have to surround yourself with, hire as yes men or women, to tell you that you probably shouldn't inject heroin, one of the
I mean,
deadliest drugs on the planet?
She has no responsibility for herself, because at the end of the day, she can say that she's this entire hero, but I mean, her fan base, the people around her are yes men, and people are not saying this. She's an addict. Like you're like they bash Lindsay Lohan. They bash Lindsay Lohan for being on drugs, but they don't do the same for for Demi Lovato. I don't get it.
Well, I think the reason why they're not doing that is because she has put out before, like, her whole entire. She has. I say I wouldn't want my fucking situation to be out if I was famous, but she has been open to that idea. She has expressed her problems, and I think that's why they're giving her the benefit of the doubt, because she has made a song or whatever called like Sober. She's explaining her scenario. So because she was able to do that, they see her as a strong, independent woman, especially with the feminist movement and shit like that going on. They don't want to destroy her image to that degree.
Well, that's fine if it's the first time, but there comes a point where you have to learn from your mistakes. Otherwise, you're just stuck in the hamster wheel.
She's been on drugs like way before, like that documentary and her stuff came out. Even before like she got all the information leaking out.
That's what Disney does to you, man.
Yeah, Dan, get in the Van Schneider. Oh no, that's Nickelodeon. That's Nickelodeon. Never mind.
Dude, that guy made like every good show on Nickelodeon, though.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, pause. He's a pedo?
Yeah, Dan, hold her tighter. She's a fighter. Schneider.
Watch
Yo.
Stop it. Please don't tell me these allegations are real. Please don't tell me these are real.
Oh man,
dude.
Childhood ruin.
Okay, let me. Okay, story time, Danny. So, if you pay attention to iCarly, you pay attention to Drake and Josh, you pay attention to even freaking Victorious. Like you look at these subliminal messages that he sends. The man has a foot fetish. If you watch his interviews, like Miranda Cosgrove is highly uncomfortable whenever he hugs her. When it came to now, I don't know. There have been people that have said that, oh, like, you know, Dan Schneider did this to me, but like he's denied all of it. Like there hasn't really been a court case yet. But Infirmary, that's fucked up. Infernate just said he's the father of Zoe's child.
Foolish.
Dude, hold up,
Stop
Nexus. How many Reddit threads did you have to go through in order to come up with that?
I lost count after. I don't know, man. It was just a never-ending thing.
Nah, bro, he's a creep. You know, it goes back to the whole argument about Trump, right? It's like you can be an idiot, but you can still do good things, or you can still make good art, right? Or good decisions. I mean, you could be a pedophile, I suppose, and still make an entire legacy for a kids network. I don't know, man. I get uncomfortable.
Hey, you know the creator,
because I just found out about it like a couple days ago.
The creator of Rick and Morty?
Yeah.
You know he's a pedo, right?
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, dude, like people are so multi-layered, and a lot of people, just the same way that people know how to hide their racism, people know how to hide other things. It does not surprise me whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. Hollywood on fire, bro.
Like with pedos and generally, like I've looked this up in psychology, and the sad thing about being a pedophile is that you can't change it. You can't fix it.
Is that factual?
Yes, look it up. There's no way to like prevent yourself from like, besides of course staying away from kids and keeping it to yourself, right?
You know how everyone you know how everyone says when somebody asks a question and they're like, look it up. I'm gonna take you up on that offer, Trillion. No one ever does that. No one ever looks it up on the spot.
Hey,
I'm gonna do that right now.
Chink does.
My search history, but
Chink Uger, Google it. No,
but like
no, yeah. But like for real, Dan Harmon, he's actually gotten like evidence on his Instagram of like having an infant touch his crotch. Like it's sickening. And then if you remember on the pilot episode, Morty got like sexually abused, I think.
Damn, that's crazy.
Hey, I wonder what kind of watch lists I'm gonna get put on for searching this. Is pedophilia curable?
Honestly, let's bring up this topic. Is Lolicon or like Lolicon in Japan? You think that's trying to normalize pedophilia?
It's getting there. Just look at Digibro.
Oh yeah.
It's a fine line. I've seen arguments for both sides. Some people say it keeps the pedos in check. The other side, it encourages pedos. I don't really know. We don't really have the data to tell. Because the pedos that actually touch kids don't usually watch the Lolicon stuff. We didn't reach that stage yet. We need more time to know, but I honestly cannot tell.
Like, look at it this way. The thing about Lolicons is that, I mean, it's a complex, right? Like, you like lollies, but that's literally like a child's body. Like, you can slap a number on there and say, oh, she's 20 or oh, she's 18, but you still have the image of being sexual with a child or even a child's body. So, like, to that, I'm like, really? Like, people aren't paying attention to that?
It's a weird line, and for me to discuss it well, I'll have to like break down every normal layer of what do you call it, morality in somebody before we can reach a good consensus.
Yeah,
because we have to break that down from the beginning.
Digibro in here.
Repeat that. Can you?
If we're gonna do that, we're gonna need Digibro in here.
Oh wow,
dude! And you know the thing with Digibro is out of when I left the anime community, I had not been introduced to him, or I knew who he was, but I had not watched any of his content. And I started watching his content, and he's like the perfect example of the Dan Schneider example, right? Like I don't know if he's not a pedophile up front, right? But like people make that joke, that anime snob clearly rides that bandwagon. And I think he made some pretty insightful videos, but with him, it's more like the passion than anything else. It's the fact that he can delve so deep into anime and dissect it that it's actually impressive and respectable. But then you look at the other side of the coin and you're like, well, he's making this hour-long analysis about My Little Pony. What does that say about him? What would somebody like him have to say about that?
His so-called analysis, it just depends because this man literally thinks that K-On! Is in his top 5 series.
I mean, no.
Bro, stop looking up CP. You got a live stream, my dude.
You know, Trillian, I'm gonna agree with you that there's no cure to it. It's just a bunch of people claiming and a bunch of op-ed pieces claiming that they can pray it away, like pray the gay away.
Yeah,
they can
I guess.
No.
Yes, I guess.
I don't
that,
respect
I guess.
that whatsoever. Yeah.
No, it's because like what you do is you scan people's brains, right? You can't control what you're attracted to, and if you start thinking with your balls, you're done, and that's what happens.
No, that's the weirdest thing is everyone chastises these people, and I don't know if it's for good reason or not, but it's like, if they can't control it, is that not sincerely a part of biological evolution?
I mean,
what can be done about that?
Yeah. At the same time, like I understand what you're saying because I mean, even back then in history, we had social norms to where child marriage was justified. Even back in biblical times, and I mean, and at the same time, like while it is like human behavior, that doesn't mean that they can't like resist it or they can't hide the urge. Like for us, like people that are straight and have like feelings toward like mature women sexually. I mean, if we use that same logic, I mean, I'm not out here like trying to bone like every woman that I see. I have boundaries in checked. My mind is strong enough intact to where I know, okay, well, it's just a thought. I'm not going to act on that urge, even though it's in my nature to.
Hey, let's be honest though, and I was talking to somebody about this. If you can look inside of a guy's head at any given time, the amount of fucked up thoughts they had that day would make any other sane person head, like it would make their head explode, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, like, and it's with the guys because I don't think girls have that type of.
Oh, they
the things we imagine, and they probably imagine their own fair share of things, but like the things we imagine are easily 10 times worse on any given day.
I agree with
Well,
that.
yes, mainly because
Yeah, that's cool. We didn't need an
which
explanation or anything.
by
Done.
violence. Did I fucking like?
Yes,
Yeah, you're
Like,
back.
why does it lag when I try to make the point? That's not fair.
it's the
They don't
CIA.
wanna hear- They don't want to hear the truth. You're too woke.
No, what happens is males exert rage through aggression and violence. Women are more subtle, and therefore their thoughts happen to be more subtle too.
Yeah, that explains PMS.
I mean, if you think about it, women have it way more easy than men in our today's society.
Ooh,
That I
Nexus, you
disagree
better
with.
pray no feminist
no.
accidentally stumbles on this
Are you
video.
saying that
No,
right now? I got a
No, no,
question.
no.
Are you
They have
saying
it
that
way
right
too-
now
they have
just
more
for a
reason than
talking
men.
point, or are you legitimately saying
I
that?
legitimately think that women have it better in today's society. In
Alright,
today's society.
you explain. All right. So
First of all, let's
elaborate.
figure out the parameter.
Yeah.
What do you mean by
elaborate.
better? First, let's understand this
Okay.
first before.
I think in terms of the social advantages that they get from coming, like, let's say, like in terms of sexual allegations, in terms of getting the kid, in terms of work conditions, especially if you're in a company that is really open. I also think they have an advantage in terms of, medical expenses, or in terms of just like medical stuff in general, because especially in this country, and even in other countries like Canada and even other European countries, like you get maternity leave, and you get paid while you're having that kid, and you get to come back. Whereas for guys,
Okay.
you might have paternal leave. You might not get paid, or you might not get paid as much. And then for the entire gender wage gap, the thing about, like, they make 77 cents to $1. What they don't take into account is the type of jobs that men and women take, and the different hours that they work. So men on average work way more hours than men, because women, men on average work way more hours than women. And while women are at home taking care of the kids, being caretakers. Now, they don't have to do that, but just biologically and just, naturally, that's what they're inclined to.
They're better at it, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I will
On that
say
aspect,
this.
I can agree with you, but I present not a counter argument, but an expansion on that thought, which is a lot of people, especially guys, like we have this dichotomy way, like there's an alienation between guys and girls, mainly because they're separate. Not all schools, but most public schools are separated. So there's a level of alienation. I've tried my best, at least with myself, to reduce that gap over the years, talk to a lot of females, talk to a lot of guys, have them intermingle and see how they function, right? And the way this goes, as far as I've seen, is that both sides think the other have it better, and
Yeah.
both sides are wrong.
Okay.
Because the way I see it, and from what I've seen, because I happen to be like a fan of the Nietzschean philosophy of suffering, and that school of nihilism, and the past, all what passes after it, right? So basically, that life is suffering, and how you deal with your suffering defines your character, right?
Mhm.
And because of that, not your degree of suffering should not be compared to another's degree of suffering. So your suffering is not greater or lesser than any other person, no matter how rich or poor they are, All what matters is how you deal with it and what you do,
Okay.
what you get from it. So even though some people have more advantages at certain times than other people, what matters really is what you can take with what you have and make something good out of it.
Yeah, and I can agree with that statement, because at the end of the day, like, if you just talk about your
So
sufferings, you're not really doing anything better for you. You're just complaining.
yes,
I personally
exactly.
feel
So
like
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that whenever you say that women have it better than men in this social scale, that you remember this fact, that you keep it to that point of the border between the suffering and between simple facts of our
Mhm.
current society. And
Which
if that,
you could even say that
again,
for race in this country too,
yep, yeah,
if we talk about it, because I mean they have white privilege, and then black when it comes to
white
black.
privilege does not exist.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, white privilege doesn't exist, but some people still think that it does. I know it. The college that I'm going to, like, they have diversity and student like inclusion or something. They have like this office that came out like a couple of years ago, and I'm actually part of this group called Connections. It's like a group towards people of color. I'm in it because I really like the tools that they have for me, but in terms of like just isolating one racial group, I don't really think that's a healthy idea.
Well, that's because the concept of race and culture is the cause of so much doubt in why we can't get along. You know, if you strip the concept of culture or race from everyone, and everyone would be the same, and everyone complains that if everyone was the same, then life would be boring. Maybe so, but everyone would get along because no one would have any basis to complain about anything.
Yeah.
That's why I think the basis behind all of this is basically discrimination, point blank. It's like we all have the same opportunities. We have the same opportunity to be discriminated against, maybe for being black or white or a female or a male. There's always a chance for you to be discriminated. So I feel like that's the bigger subject and the concept that's floating around, instead of a woman is better than a man, et cetera, et cetera. It's how you're being discriminated against when you have an opportunity in your face.
And even then, you also have to put, is it discrimination, especially the context. Like, let's talk about police brutality. That's been a very,
What?
I didn't say shit.
Oh,
nobody said anything.
Okay, so the thing about police brutality is that that's pretty much the reason why the NFL players are kneeling, because Colin Kaepernick said, "I will not stand for a nation that discriminates against people of color." And, it started with Trayvon Martin, then it went on to Mike Brown, then it went on to, Alton Sterling, and a lot of these places. For some of these cases, the victim was in the wrong. And then some of these, it was an unjust killing. But for the most part, like, really, you can say, okay, we need to teach police, like, not to do this or anything, but a lot of these police that are shooting these people, it's on impulse. Should they get better training for that? Of course. But can you just like go and weed out like all the bad cops? Well, no, you don't know which one's a bad cop and which one's...
My bad for digressing real quick, but I have to state, especially since this man was brought up within the trailers bringing up to this Anime Law Season 3. Swagger commented, "Shake my head," but we should all be shaking our heads at him because he has still failed to delete his YouTube channel. That's a factual statement.
Listen, we need the legendary Mikey in here.
I haven't associated with that man in a minute.
Me either. I have him on Instagram. Yeah, hey, you know what he is now? He's a security guard.
Exactly. He's doing big things.
He puts his, like, Louis, literally all he does is like he posts his check of like $700, and then like he'll post himself in the mirror, like in the bathroom, of him wearing like some security guard suit.
Yo, flexing with $700. Hey man, it's a thought that counts.
He thinks he's that nigga because he flexes with that $700 that he made in 1 week. That's why he's like, you see me, like, like this is 700 from 1 week. I'm doing that. Like,
Nah, bro,
you
that's
can't
2
touch
weeks.
me.
There's no way that's two. That's no. That's
Nah,
no way.
that's 1 week, bro. I was like a month or 2 months ago. He was talking to me about that shit. He's doing big things.
Bro,
Well,
what's
1 week is definitely more impressive than but because most people get paid on a bi-weekly basis.
yeah.
This man's like girls in the comment section slowly realizing that Mixie Connection actually hit 1 million subscribers.
Nani's still doing that. What?
Nani?
This man
No,
hit.
guys,
Oh,
guys, keep talking about politics, please. Don't go back to the dweebness, please.
Hey,
You were
yo,
doing
Nexus,
great.
Nexus, remember that
Please.
stream where you guys were talking about, I think it was 1984, and I was so proud of you guys. And then slowly, some asshole compared 1984, had the gall to somehow tie that in to some sort of an SAO or something. I just want to find that little weasel
SAO,
and,
yeah.
and waterboard that motherfucker.
But the blasphemy that came out of his mouth.
Well, I remember.
dude.
Hey, Trillion, do you watch
Yeah.
sports?
I used to, and by watch sports I mean usually martial arts, because
Okay.
I used to do martial arts, but never like football and that stuff. I see what it does to people, and I always stepped away.
They're regulating it. I think the game will be better. But what do you think about this upcoming fight between KSI and Logan Paul?
Garbage.
Wait, who?
Who and who?
Do you know who?
KSI is a black man from the UK, African individual who thinks
All
he's
right.
the shit because he became famous on YouTube. And once again, that goes to the Haraz situation, the Bleach Fanatic situation, where he allowed his ego to become more important than his actual life. Like, you look fucking stupid on the internet trying
mean,
to
to be
fight Logan Paul.
To be
Tell
fair,
me you don't.
KSI always had a big ego.
Okay, that's my point though. It's
I mean,
like,
that
you
was
look
his
like a
persona.
fucking
That's what
idiot.
people subscribe
Okay,
to.
hold on before you guys start like tampering and digressing. Who versus who? So we got the
Logan
first guy.
Paul.
Who's the second guy? Yeah.
Logan
Logan
Paul
Paul.
versus KSI.
Logan Paul
Paul's
is the
that guy
brother
who-
of
Is it-
Jake
is-
Paul.
his
Logan
name
Paul
sounds
is the
familiar.
guy who went to
Is
the
it cool?
suicide forest in Japan.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He filmed
Okay.
it
I know.
Yeah, and he
Why are they
reported
fighting?
the dead body.
Well,
I
because
don't-
KSI said he's saving his career. Plus, after the Joe Weller fight, he said he called out Logan Paul, saying like, "Anybody else can get it. I'm the
That man
champ."
cannot box.
Who's Joe
No,
Weller?
yeah,
Wait,
he's
so
gonna
he's
get-
done this before? Like KSI he's
Yeah,
tried to fight
he-
people?
He fought-
He fought
'cause
somebody
this is what
named
happened.
Joey Weller, and that
Joe-
was basically his fanboy. He fought his fanboy.
Yeah, because Joe Weller was a huge fanboy at KSI, and Joe Weller was into boxing, but like he was shit at it. He was fighting like all these skinnier dudes. So KSI comments on his Instagram, says, "I'll fight the winner of this fight." Joe Weller wins, so then we have the KSI versus Joe Weller fight. So then KSI starts to just talk a bunch of crap to Joe Weller and like gets on him about his depressants, gets on him going like, all right, and then Joe Weller says, "Are you taking a piss of depression?" And then it's this entire fake beef. Long story short, KSI beats Joe Weller, and after that fight, he calls out, because the thing about KSI, he was fat, and then he got that character development, and he fought Joe Weller and won.
That's what you call it?
What?
I mean-
Character development.
Dude,
I mean-
I cannot express how little I care for the paragraph he just gave me.
Look,
Dude,
the fact
so-
of the matter is, KSI is a fucking dickhead ass nigga who thinks he's the shit because he has subscribers on YouTube. Other than that, I don't know what he has amounted to and what he has done for his community.
Danny, would you think you're the stuff because you had a bunch of subs on YouTube?
No, because I've got the real character development where I don't need to see myself as this fucking man that's superior than everyone else.
Wait, hold on. So let's review. We have two internet vloggers set to fight each other in a boxing ring.
KSI's a rapper.
Why have I never heard of him?
He became a rapper as well, but he's trash. So
Yeah. He He actually started doing FIFA videos. Then he went into vlogging. Then he went into movies. Then he went into rapping, and now he's here.
So he's everything. Like when you say FIFA, you mean like he's playing the video game?
Yeah.
Yeah, like he would do like, oh, FIFA pack opening, like with my friend or with my girlfriend. He wasn't that clickbaity, but like he was one of those YouTubers.
Dude,
He
unboxing
did prank
videos are still hype.
He did prank videos too, and he did real
Dude.
soccer videos as well.
Yeah, he got cut from. He had a contract with Microsoft, or they banned him from something because he was like sexually harassing people at Eurogamer.
Dude, we need to find a solution for sexual harassment. It's being thrown everywhere. Not the sexual harassment as an act, but as a term.
Yeah, no, like this guy legitimately like sexually harassed girls. Like he'll like motor them nowhere.
No, I want the proper terms. Rape, ogled, grabbed, slapped on the ass. I want those terms back. They provide perspective.
Okay. Oh
man, oh, he sexually harassed me. What? Did he lick your foot? Tell me what he did.
Whoa, that's a well. At least we know what your fetish is.
Oh yeah. Listen,
I'm not judging, bro.
Trillion just wants to know that so we can picture it in his head later.
Hey, you know what? Steph Curry has a foot fetish, so there's no shame there.
Like dead ass.
Yes,
he does. I found out about it through Bleacher Report.
His wife said he had a foot fetish.
Okay, Toby, what L am I holding?
It's the anime. It's the anime law, bro. We're all holding at least one L.
He said KSI is Donald Glover, but shittier.
Then he's not Donald Glover. You can't be Donald Glover. You can't be a lesser version than Donald Glover. The same way that you can't be like a lesser version of Tom Hanks. That just doesn't mean you're Tom Hanks.
But what are your thoughts on his song "This Is America"? Since Trillion wanted to go back to politics, but we never really did.
Okay, slipping though. I don't think Trillion. Have you seen "This Is America"?
I don't think so. I mean, Louis, did you show me anything?
All right, let's get to work.
Time to see a black man with a shirt off.
Nobody spoil anything though.
All right.
Can you send me the link? Because I can't really hear the audio when you play videos.
Oh, for sure.
Just put it on the group chat. I'll just click on it.
All right, Trillion, I'm sending it to you now. All right, it's in the chat.
Yes,
wow.
Thank you.
So, yeah, 10 seconds of my life finding the video for nothing. Yeah. Don't you know, Nexus, it's the host's job to find stuff? But hey, if I remember correctly, you used to be my humble foot soldier. So by all means, take the responsibility.
I got promoted. I got promoted, dude.
What are you now?
Luis,
I'm like the
you know, it's also the host's job not fucking up and sending the fucking link in the public group, you fucking jackass. I mean, I'm happy you guys are here, but I'm happy like
Louis hacked himself. That's what happened. He hacked himself.
Yes.
I for real thought that Danny had like some connections of some very dangerous people online that could actually hack into live streams, and I was like, wow, we're in a new frontier now. This is what people are doing with Google Hangouts now.
Nah,
this is some shit.
Right. I'll tell you what you did. What you did was like when you screen shared, like that entire link was exposed. I knew Danny was gonna do some shit like that though. So anyway, like shout out to
the past, I would have ran with that narrative and did some stupid childish shit, but
yeah. No one like Nexus. Later. I don't have any social media, but you know how to get in. I was like, oh, that's what
yeah.
Wait, Trillion, so do you have the link?
Yeah, I have the link.
All right, you're gonna be the one to screen share then.
All right, let me just screen share. Where's the screen share button?
It's the green monitor on the left side.
The green, oh, okay. All right, there we go.
Hey Louis, you got any recommendations or tips about college?
Yeah, I'll give them to you after the video.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah,
join the anime.
Yeah, like that crap right there. That's how people are gonna come to the stream.
I'm down with it. Play this shit.
We need the dark one to come, bro.
Foolishness.
See, this is the problem with having Trillion as the screen sharer, though, because you know for a fact he's going to lag MIG video and no one's going to be able to watch anything.
Yeah.
Also, get yourself ad block, bro. Jesus Christ.
I thought that was Trayvon Martin's dad when I first saw it.
What is this shit?
Are you listening to the audio, though?
Oh no.
Yo, did you hear that? Or was that just me? He said,
Was he-
oh no. And then he just like,
No. No. Oh my god.
It's art, god damn it.
Don't get you slipping, no.
Yeah, I'd sing along if I could
Okay.
actually hear it, but
Okay, I'm stopping. Fuck y'all.
Yo, what? Yo,
I'm done.
what's the
look at
problem?
the
done.
moment.
I'm sorry.
Like, screen share real quick. Look at the moment he stopped. See?
I know. Look at the freeze frame.
Like,
Dude, I can't handle how he moves.
Hey, that's
My
not even the
eyes.
best part.
Bro, that's not even the best part. Keep watching.
Fuck. Okay, where's the screen share? Fuck y'all.
Yeah,
Why
you'd
do
like that,
make
wouldn't
me
you?
watch this shit? Let me see.
look at his face real quick. You see his facial expressions?
I honest to God think people were trying to dissect this way too hard, too.
What the fuck is
Factual.
this?
Yeah.
We're so gonna get a copyright strike for this.
Nah.
No, you're right. It's too laggy.
But honestly, like Louis, like everybody was talking about like the way that he dances is like some African tribe type thing. And then like Charles Gambino went straight on Twitter. He said, y'all are smoking too much weed. This is just the way I dance.
That's what I thought. I honestly thought it's just the guy who doesn't know how to dance trying to dance.
Yeah, that's literally all it was for him.
They tried to make it seem like such a political, like an amazing video based upon like the past of African Americans and how he's portraying the future in the present society with gun violence and yada yada yada. It's just it was crazy.
Yeah.
I love how no one reacted to that part.
We've seen it all before.
He just randomly fucking shoots a choir. Hey, but the best part was Young Thug's ad-libs, no?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw what was oh my gosh, what was that?
Hey, has anyone listened to Travis Scott's new album?
I
Astro
listened to
was
some of it,
overhyped.
not all of it.
Astro World was overhyped. You hyped this crap up for well, not crap, but you hyped this stuff up for like almost 2 years, and then it finally comes out, and I'm like, I mean, I feel like it could have been better.
I low-key think he's one of the most overrated rappers in the game simply because he has a Kardashian.
Okay,
Even before he had a Kardashian, I think he was overhyped with the Rodeo album.
don't you open up that window? Don't you let out the antidote?
No, I gotta wait till I take a road trip to where I can listen to that and I can listen to Queen.
I think Queen is garbage, but when I listened to that Barbie Dreams track, I was like, damn, she really violated mad niggas in the industry.
But it's Nicki. I mean, it's funny she releases that like during this whole Me Too backlash too.
It's like, I understand it's Nicki, but let me read this one bar real quick and tell me like that's not super disrespectful. She told this nigga Drake's worth 100 milli, always buying me shit, but I don't know if the pussy's wet or if he's crying and shit. Like what? Like,
Hey,
that was next level shit. And she said, Meek still be in my DMs. I be having to duck him. I used to pray for times like this. Face ass when I fuck him. Like what?
hey, honestly though,
Lady.
honestly, I couldn't believe she got with Meek in the first place because it's like after everything happened, I knew she wasn't gonna stick around. It's just like he got put down by the game, Drake. Then he went to prison, so he got put down by the entire system.
Okay, let's talk about these bars real quick though. A baby's involved. It's deeper than rap. We talking character. Let me keep with the facts.
Is that Pusha
Watch
T?
out. Watch out.
You
Duppy
are
freestyle
on
was
the
better than
job,
that,
let
that
the boy
fucking
come
Pusha T
home.
shit.
Yo, Pusha T, that
Fucking,
was
word
that
of
was
the
hard.
joke.
Nah, you trying to tell me Duppy freestyle was whacker than the story of Adonis?
Yes.
I'm just saying that the
Can you
The
story.
story of
elaborate?
Adonis. The story of Adonis was just emotional.
I mean,
But
it's lost the beat.
Duppy was more. It was more. It was put together better. It was more structured.
No, wait, hold on. I'm getting them confused. Hold up. The story of
Duppy's
Adonis
Drake.
was more whack.
Exactly. Facts.
I mean, the thing about like the story of Adidon, I think that the fact that like Pusha just went in there with Jay-Z's beat and like it was just raw. I think that he was just like coming in with just like straight fists, especially when he talked about 40 and then had the entire I got the double flow nigga 666. Like I think that he just didn't even care anymore. I really
Yeah.
do. I think it was bad.
Yeah. I'm not trying to say that it was a bad track, but overall, Drake had the better track. It's just that people sat here and they put the fact that this nigga had a kid over the actual music at that point.
Well, what do you consider to be most important? Is it like the thesis, the meaning of the song, or the lyrics themselves, or the beat?
Well, they're all
Everything
disconnected.
together, how everything is
All
structured, the instrumental, the lyrics, the flow, how everything is brought together. That's what makes which song a better song. Like Jay-Z had better bars, but Nas ethered that nigga. Facts.
Well, remember that Drake supposedly knew that was going to come out in advance too,
Yeah,
and then Pusha
because
T knew he was going to respond in advance.
yeah, because Drake was helping, because Drake even helped this nigga Kanye on his album that he came out, the Ye album.
Yeah.
So he was already talking to Kanye, like I guess they were good friends or whatever. He was telling him about his situation, and in the process, I guess Kanye told Pusha, so then he made the song. So he already knew it was coming.
I don't know, man. I think Pusha got what he wanted, and then Drake. I think both people won. You know, Pusha got the message out there. Drake eventually had to admit it. He supposedly made that song where he addresses his kid in Scorpion.
Yeah.
And so it's like, you know, Drake got the sales and we got the emotional melody, and then Pusha T exposed him. So I don't know, move on.
I mean, if you think about it, Drake was just covering him. He was just covering his ass in Scorpion because he said like, "Oh, you know, a wise man once said nothing at all," or like, "Oh, I wasn't hiding my kid from the world. I was hiding the world from my kid." Like something like that. I'm like, wow. And then March 14, he was supposedly talking to his son. Because I mean, how are you going to? Because were those messages real that he sent to Sophie?
I don't know, but in terms of you saying he is covering his ass on the album, I completely disagree. I believe that he was already going to address his son on the album, and he was also gonna have the Adidas deal with his son, so he can actually have something for his son. So I felt like it's not necessarily covering his ass, but building a foundation for his child. Is there something wrong with that?
No, I don't think something's wrong with that. I think it's good that he was able to address that, but the fact that like the timing that all of this played out, it sort of looks like that.
The reason why I disagree once again is because Drake was already going to come out with the album regardless. I feel like that song was going to be on there regardless. He just had to add that extra verse, just like what Jay-Z did.
How do we know
check
that
this
the
out.
song's going to be on there?
Because just like this is why. Because just like Jay-Z did when he added the extra verse about X's death, remember? On that one, so I forgot what the song is called. So I just felt like he added that extra verse. But I could be wrong though.
Yeah.
But I want to get off this topic, not trying to be a host or nothing, but let's get Trillian's thoughts on that music video and the lyrics behind it. And then after that, let's go on to something else.
Well, before that, let me just address, I think we can all agree, hopefully, that God's Plan is the most overrated track on that entire album.
In my feelings too, because it's cancer now.
Well, yeah, I guess. I don't know. God's Plan just like they made shirts about God's Plan. Like In My Feelings is just a challenge, you know, stupid challenge. Every time Drake puts something out, it's something people gotta turn into something dumb.
Let's be honest though. One last thing. The reason why God's Plan honestly became popping again is because people revisited the lyrics where he said, "I only love my bed and my mama, I'm sorry," and he was addressing his child on that fucking lyric.
Sultan just said that in the comments.
Yeah, like when he did that, like you trying to tell me? That's what I'm saying. Like, I felt like he was already gonna address his child on the album before Pusha T said some shit.
Well,
Because he addressed him on God Plan.
exactly, but that's why I think there was some insider trading talk going on to where he knew something was coming. Pusha knew he was going to respond, and then they just kind of sorted it out the way they could.
Now,
By the way,
did he know he was going to post that picture though of him when he was in blackface?
Probably not. You could tell he wasn't prepared for that. It took him a while to respond to that. On the real though, just to put it into perspective, so far Sultan X is the MVC frontrunner. So everybody else, Toby the Nomad, I'm looking at you. Talk up. Let's go, boy.
He doesn't know what we're talking about, dude. I think he's losing momentum.
I think Trillion is losing momentum. You know for a fact he hasn't kept up with this beef, bro.
No, I really do not know what you're talking about. I know it's about music. I can tell that much. I can tell it's about rap. But that's about it. I don't know anybody else. I mean, I listen to rap, but I've never really got into the politics and the makings and the designs and the analysis of it. That's not the field I explore usually.
And get King Ace in here to take you to school about that.
I'll just tell you, listen, this is all you need to know. Drake has a kid. A rapper named Pusha T made a diss track about him. People think that Kanye is mentally deranged. XXXTentacion is dead. Lil Peep is dead. And 6ix9ine is going to prison.
No one cares about Lil Peep.
Aw, come on. The dude was okay. He was an underground rapper.
Hey,
I'm just kidding. I don't know who that is.
Listen to the song. I forgot the name of it. I think it's called Switchblades, but him and Little Tracy on that song is lit.
No, dude, there's too many Lils now. I can't keep up. I don't know who Lil Peep is. I know Tentacion and Drake obviously and Push It, but
you know Uzi Vert's a devil worshiper? He told all his fans they were going to hell.
Hey, have you guys seen the Jimmy Kimmel, the new mean tweets with the rappers?
Yeah,
dude, DJ Khaled's is the best.
that was crazy. He really read that shit like off the cuff, and like this nigga's like someone told him like you're a fat fuck. You need to get the.
I haven't seen your dick in years.
Yeah,
hey, Danny, how's that? Wait, since we're talking about that, like,
I got no comments on that situation.
Yo, Nexus, that was low.
I'm just asking. It's been 3 years. He could have had a body transformation.
I feel you, but let's get to the moment at hand. Trillion, what are your thoughts on arguably the best music video of the year, according to Twitter, for about a week?
I need bleach, first of all. That's like I can't comprehend his movement. There's something odd, unnatural about his movement. It creeps me out. I need to bleach my eyes.
Who are we talking about?
Childish Gambino, Donald.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he just can't dance.
No, I've seen people who can dance. It was not that. His movements are too precise. He practiced.
It's called choreography.
Well, whatever it is, it's creepy. Whoever his choreographer is, he needs to be hanged. This is some Satan level shit.
Well, how about the people that said it was based on how the guy on the Jim Crow poster used to move? Do you think that was reaching, or?
I mean, I'm sure as heck not gonna post that. If someone kills me like that, I'm gonna need a redo. I can't do it.
For sure, man. Ain't nobody gonna be making that pose to me, grabbing their hips and shit.
No, I need a redo.
Working out like.
I need a respawn option.
I completely understand though, because when I first saw it, I was like, people are tripping. Like, I know there's a message in here somewhere, but it's definitely going to take some watches for me to appreciate it. And I don't think I ever really appreciated it, but I understood what it was for.
I didn't even know who the fuck it was. I was on Instagram and I randomly saw this fucking video. Like I saw a clip of it. I was like, what the fuck is this? That I like, you're just scrolling through Instagram, you see random shit, and I found this. I was like, well, who the fuck is this? And why the fuck is this shit in my feed? And then out of nowhere, I go on YouTube and I see the trending page, and then I see it's Donald. I'm like, pause. I'm like, that's my nigga. So of course I'm gonna check it out. But I feel like what the effect of him posting this video, creating this, and especially through the times we are facing as well, which Trillian brought up in the beginning of how a president like Trump was elected, et cetera, et cetera. I feel like people saw this as like the anthem for our times, and they just took it as something that it wasn't, because this track is not dope in my opinion. Like this nigga is like making all these type of noises and shit, like just singing in the background with the chorus, la da 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 da, like all this other stupid shit. Like, what is this actually supposed to be? This is America. Like he repeats the same thing the whole entire time. Don't you normally shit on rap like that? Like
this is what people that know nothing about politics talk about to say they're talking about politics. Just plain and simple. Because freaking
I just found it very hypocritical how people normally shit on music like this, but since it was about like, since the video was showing like mass murder and shit like that, and since that's going on in America right now, people like saw it as a message to the world.
Well, the reason why it was overanalyzed in the first place is because everything that matters is allegedly happening in the background. That's why I told Trillian you need a few watches in order to understand. Like after the third viewing for me is when I got it. It's like, oh, they're dancing in front of the chaos and the riots and the shootings. Yeah, now I get it. He still needs to work on his choreography, but
if you think about it, the song is nothing without the video.
Exactly. That's what I was like. I was more focused on the song than actually. I don't give a fuck. Like if there's murders, there's murders. Either you're gonna solve that shit, but just talking about it for years and years is not gonna solve nothing. That's my huge problem with politics. Like niggas will talk the most shit about Trump. Well, what the fuck are you doing to impeach this nigga, or like find some, where has he committed the crime? Find the crime he committed, and take that shit up. But everybody just wants to talk, and I don't give a fuck about the talk.
Hey man, but Robert
they
Mueller,
tried to a year ago, and the House got heavily rejected for those impeachment documents. Like I think Al Green, he was a representative in Texas, and him and some other guy from California literally drafted impeachment documents, and the House rejected those impeachment documents. It was like 340 to 70, something like 75, something like that. It was a huge number.
Well, because that was before. Well, the Democrats, I assume, are the ones that primarily pushed for that. And honestly, like they're going to be the ones that were desperate to try to get anything on Trump before the Mueller investigation even gained some traction. So now I'd say there's a better leg to stand on, but I still wouldn't put anything forward until you're sure that something's going to happen.
Well, the thing is that a lot of these indictments that he's making, these people are getting in trouble, but none of them are connected to Trump. So like the president himself, and Mueller has said this multiple times, that Donald Trump is not a person of interest, like he's not a threat to the country. So I mean, going from that, you pretty much admitted that Donald Trump didn't collude in the election. So
I think Mueller is trying to find where the collusion took place, even if it's not necessarily having to do with Trump. Because you're absolutely right. It could have nothing to do with Trump, but it could have something to do with somebody else who wanted Trump to get elected, but didn't necessarily have Trump in their ear.
Because I mean, what we've learned is that, well, he has like about 26 indictments so far, but so far, I mean, you don't really have any points of collusion. You could say maybe the Democratic election, because there were cases of voter fraud. Bernie was obviously the favorite, but then Hillary came along. We also have evidence that Rosenstein and that McCabe guy, they had an involvement in misleading a FISA judge to be able to illegally spy on the Trump campaign. So I mean, you have a lot. You have a lot of, and then even like Trump being wiretapped in his tower, there were a lot of things that point like people doing stuff against Trump, but they don't really have any evidence as to like what he's done. And you could say Don Jr. like had and like he met with Russian officials, and Trump said he may have not known, but you can't really tie that to collusion, because people meet with different officials all the time, even if they're from Russia. Like taking the fact, even after the election, Obama had put like 20 sanctions on Russian diplomats. So there had to be some communication there as to what was happening. And this was like after the election, not even before.
I don't know, man. I don't think anybody knows, but all I gotta say is tick tock, something is coming.
Because honestly, if you want to bring this entire thing back, people didn't even really think about Russia colluding until January, once he got put in, and that was a headline that one of the mainstream media outlets put up. It wasn't even something said by James Comey, and even the term fake news, like Trump says that a lot, but CNN was the first like network to actually coin up that term, because they were talking about alternative websites that don't necessarily post the bias that CNN has.
It's alternative facts. Damn it, Nexus.
No, I think generally with this Trump and the Russia thing and the fake news thing, it's all the same thing. I think that some people who are very biased towards their stance cannot believe that what they believe failed to the point where they find any reason or any excuse to justify its failure. And usually that involves foul play. That guy must have cheated. Otherwise, he wouldn't have won. But like as a comedian Bill Burr said in one interview about Hillary Clinton, she blew it, right?
Mm-hmm.
How could you not
simple.
beat a guy who literally said grab me by the put? Like, it's, I don't know, man. Like, I just don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, the times we're living in, it's impressive.
Look at her campaign.
Well,
Look at her campaign.
It's
shit.
He said it about 11, 12 years ago. So, I mean, how is that really going to influence like voters?
No, because people are that shallow to where they'll actually pay attention and take something into consideration from decades ago.
I don't
remember
think it's more
I
so
said it.
them being shallow.
I mean,
what has there been to show that he's not that same person anymore? Because I feel like everything that we have seen of Trump has been the same. Like, he's always been this arrogant, pompous piece of shit. But I still fuck with him because he's that nigga. Like, he became the president. But he does have certain things about his character that would not let me vote for him.
That's fair.
Also, like 10 years ago, how old is he right now? Is he in the 70s? Yeah, so it's like 10, 12 years ago, you were still an adult.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where people
usually the older people get, the less that they actually want to change. So they can change their mind on things, but in terms of them as a person, they're not really going to change the characteristics.
Yeah, them fucking Jews and them fucking Japs and the N-words, them
tax right for now.
Taking over this goddamn country, them damn
what is
illegal
wrong with
wetbacks.
A person of another race saying nigga, honestly.
We hold nigger to a high extent, like a higher standard.
Wait, hold on. Who said that?
What do you mean by we? Because I don't give no fucks. If you want to say nigga, I rock with you. You my nigga. What's up?
No, with a hard R. Like not nigger.
Dude, if you say it with the hard R, then you really are. Like, you're trying to offend someone on purpose.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I swear, it sounds cooler. I swear.
Yo, what's up, my nigga?
What's up, my nigger?
Nah, it doesn't
I even like the other one, like Negro.
Okay,
old cool.
It is December 2011, and Modern Warfare 3 is just at the top of its game. You're playing with some of your friends on Christmas morning, and this guy completely drop shots you. You get mad. What's the best thing to say? You fucking nigger.
Dude, you spend way too much time on Xbox.
Exactly. I was like,
Watch
what is he talking about right
Watch
now? He
out.
said 2011. Like,
Watch out. Watch out. That was 7 years ago. Watch out.
You remember that when that was the shit to talk shit to 12-year-olds? Like that was what everyone was about.
Oh yeah.
Somebody
Dude,
killed.
that's
I
so
was
shit.
11. I was 12. I was 12 in 2011. So like I was the edgiest kid I knew.
No, I feel you, man. Like Modern Warfare 2 is my favorite game of all time because of the memories of just like me being that age and actually thinking that teabagging someone in Halo after killing them was the coolest thing ever.
shout out to Rust Map.
For real.
But it's
Like,
crazy. I
somebody
forgot.
was
I
actually
You know
forgot
what's
to
weird?
even
I went on Xbox the other day. I looked at the friends that I had. The last time they were active was like 5 to 10 years ago.
damn.
I'm
Dude, they
missing.
don't even make 360s anymore.
Nah, bro. They quit Xbox Live. Like I miss it. Like those were the simpler times.
Damn
But
straight.
are we gonna talk about how many consoles that are basically the same that are being produced? First, you have the PS4, the PS4 Slim, the PS4 Pro, the Xbox One S, the Xbox One X. Capitalism.
That's why you
What's
get
up
a
with
PC.
Breathe, man.
that?
I'm telling you, bro.
I think
No, man, just
capitalism
get
needs to die.
PC's the
no,
next.
just get yourself a PC, man. Like this new laptop that I'm working on. It's a gaming laptop, Lenovo. Never looked back.
People fail to understand that you can spend just as much on a PC that you can like a console, and it'll blow a PS4 or Xbox One out of the water every time.
Yep.
Like if you generally know what you're buying and you know what parts to get, it'll pass an Xbox every time.
Oh, dude, I didn't even try. I have two friends, tech geeks. I just called them both, and I'm like, you're gonna be my bodyguards in this alien field that is computer technology, and just get me the best shit. Here's
Yeah.
my budget. Just give me the best shit, and they did.
It's not hard.
Yeah.
I
Now,
feel like the
what about you, Louis?
problem with that, unless of course like now crossplay is a thing. But the only problem previously, I should say, is the lack of having other people that you actually know to communicate with and play with. You know.
That's true.
Yeah.
There aren't a lot
That
of
is
people play There aren't a lot of people that play Fortnite on PC. Hey, and do any of y'all play Fortnite?
No, bro, I haven't picked up a controller for a video game in 2 years. I'm kind of antsy to get back into it.
Wait, but what happened when
honestly,
you were making them little? He was putting fucking gameplays. He was doing voiceover.
Hey, you want to know something about those though? I eventually had to delete them, or rather, YouTube had to delete them for me because they weren't my gameplay.
Damn.
I actually just looked up like certain gameplays online on YouTube.
Control,
I went to like the 10th page, and I just picked like the first one I found.
damage control walking into the ring, dude.
Yeah, bro, I might as well come clean with it. I gotta be honest. I'm beyond those days.
What's up,
Remember
everybody?
Max
It's
D,
Louis is
Dylan?
here.
I still have him.
Do y'all remember Black Bond?
Black
that?
Bond.
Black
It's the gaming community.
Yeah, pretty much like everything that you remember the Stoops JK. You remember Stoops?
I shall not speak on that man.
Unfortunately.
Okay, so this man thought it was funny to like bring all that stuff that he watched from Black Bond and bring it to the anime community. So like when it comes to like booty goons or when it comes to like damage control or like exposed, using the entire exposed diss tracks, that's all Black Bond, the Omega Loser stuff.
Yeah. He basically took just like you say, he took everything there that was running, and he low key did do fine with that. Where he put those exposed bitch, like
Yeah, I mean he did it to me. He did it to me once, and I was like, "What the heck did I say? I don't even know what I said." And like, he made an exposed video of me. Then he deleted it after.
Here's the reason why, and I could be saying false information, so you got to hit me up with the facts, because I don't remember exactly all. But
Yeah.
it was a scenario where either you said you were Stoops or some shit, or other people were calling you Stoops, and then like you said I made Stoops without me, you wouldn't be nobody, and then he just got heated and he exposed you.
Oh no, yeah, no. Look, I talked about the anime mafia, and I talked about Stoops like he didn't know what he was talking about. And then I talked about, like I said, like I made a theory, like, is Stoops Bleach fanatic? And you know, he would never answer me directly, so like I made like a video or something talking about like, hey, like Stoops, I'm sorry for like saying that this isn't true, and like maybe you are Bleach fanatic, maybe you ain't. And like it's just, I don't know, bro. Like it happened so long ago.
Yo, Nexus, you can't take shots and then be like, sorry, I misfired.
Exactly.
Oh no, look. Look, dude. I was 15, bro.
I feel you, man. We all do dumb shit when we're young.
Dude.
Hey, remember that time I came on here? Like the first time?
Yeah, I remember.
Did
Yeah,
you
it
not
was
see
fun.
the compilation?
wasn't-
This
I
nigga
wasn't-
said the stream got better because I came in here.
Yeah, you got killed the first time you came in.
Hey, I was the ultimate troll. I wasn't in my final form. You remember that?
He was the darkness that led people to the light.
Factual.
Hey, no, the best stream member in anime law history is, without a shadow of a doubt, Bankai 9 fucking 22. That
I'll
guy
say-
is a legend
I'll say
without
it.
saying 15
I'll
words.
say A nigga. I swear, dude.
I wonder if that man had the chance to just pull up on King Ace with a fight. Hypothetically, because he has responsibilities now. He has a child, so
Yeah, that was what. Like, what do y'all think about that? He's still doing rap, isn't he?
I don't know what he's doing, man. I
When I
hit
talked
him
to
up
him-
like about a few months ago, congratulating him on the kid,
Yeah,
and that's about it. I figured he was stressed out, so like he didn't want to talk or anything.
yeah.
But-
Back in I want to say 2016, because I remember talking to him about the election. I remember talking to him about like this girl he was getting back together with, and like he had knew her from Chicago or wherever he lives. He knew her from a while ago, and like they just decided to get back together. And they broke up, and they got back together, and then I think they got married, and now like they have their own apartment. Then
married.
he calls her his wife. So, I mean,
Yeah, bro, doesn't King Ace though? Doesn't he live in? I mean, we'll get him on the stream one
Yeah.
of these days. But like, doesn't he live in Michigan?
I want to say he lives in Illinois. I want to say he lives in Illinois. I want to say he lives in Chirac.
Because
Yeah.
I gotta say, like, if he does live in Michigan, in Detroit, man, like he needs to be careful the type of water that he's feeding his child.
Listen, all I got to say, F that team up north. That's all I got to say for Michigan.
And on that note, we do gotta wrap this thing up, bro. You gotta wake up early tomorrow.
Dude,
As you
I
should.
did not sleep in a very long time. Actually, I've been streaming, not on the stream in particular, but I've been streaming since like for at least 7 hours, including the stream,
Yeah.
and that's minus the rest of the day. I've been very busy this day, so
Yeah, jacking off.
I'm
and
gonna
shit, I
just-
understand.
dude, even though it's morning, I'm gonna jump
Pixelated
straight to bed.
All right, so what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna pick the MVC, and then we're gonna call it a night. So because it's season 3, and because you guys have waited 2 or 3 years, I'm gonna go ahead, and I actually do think it's a tie. Feel free to chime in, but I think it's between Sultan X and Toby the Nomad. Y'all have been
Okay.
going in.
All right.
Anyone
I
else?
can-
Any shout outs you
I can
guys
vouch.
want to?
I might
Yeah.
have a personal bias because I know Sultan X, aka Gotega, from previous streams years ago.
It's that nigga?
Yeah, that's him.
Dude, I'm telling you, you need to start applying to Funimation. I mean, they need people, actual black people that can voice act the black characters. Dude, I'm not even joking. Raikage sounds like a bitter old white man in Naruto. Oh wait, he's Viz. My bad. That's Viz. But shit, man, you need more black voice actors in anime.
Listen, I just want to say this, like, shout out to me, because I left the YouTube anime community and I'm making college football videos now. I got a new series coming out starting in September, pretty much talking about like the different weeks and shitting on different teams. So if y'all like sports, go check that out and go sub.
Want to give myself a shout out as well. I don't really make YouTube videos like that in the anime community no more, but if you do go to my channel, which I did comment, so if you want to see it, just click on that. I got 2 rap tracks up there. Go check them out. And otherwise, have a good day and have a good night.
All right.
I guess since we're on like the shout out train, I might as well shout out my channel, which I've been uploading videos, basically just talking about any topic that comes to my mind, because my friends have always told me to archive my thoughts because I have so many of them, and so I just started putting them on YouTube. And if anybody's interested, like, they're welcome to watch on my channel.
And last, but certainly not least, shout out to Moi, the new channel, The Anime Law, Season 3, not sponsored by Modelo Especial, but a good-ass summer beer. Give it a try. If you're over 18, 21, whatever the drinking age is in your country. If it's Australia, I'm pretty sure you're born with alcohol in your hand. So shout out to all Australian viewers. Shout out to Childish Gambino. Shout out to Drake and Pusha T. Shout out to everyone who could make this stream possible. We will see you next time in episode 2.
All right.